locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms?
At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end.
Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KHD-KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader.
I'm Chris Rillato with your Open Championship update. American Jackson Suber is in the lead at 5 under par through 17. Sung Jae Im and Daniel Brown, they are tied for second. They are at 4 under par. Open Championship coverage is brought to you by Golf Fitness Solutions. Move better, feel better, play better. And now let's get started with the Matt, George, and Kayla Anderson Show.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SactownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
So our intro's playing. We're putting our headphones on, getting ready to crack the mics, and Kayla goes, I've got something to say here. So welcome to the show. Kayla Anderson, take it away. I don't know if I should hide. Is it good? Is it bad?
No. You shouldn't you shouldn't hide. But yesterday we had Dwayne call in.
Okay.
And
about Acuff,
which we all know Dwayne does not like Acuff. That is very clear.
We love Dwayne though when he doesn't cuss. He didn't cuss, so that's good for Dwayne.
I don't really like me personally. I'm a petite sailor off the air.
Yeah.
So I ain't judging no one on that either. But on the air.
He does it on the air, though.
Right. And we can't.
Quite often.
We can't do that usually. However, he threw me for a little bit of a loop.
Uh-huh.
And rightfully so. I'm on for the challenge. I'm up for the challenge. But I got a little tongue twisted yesterday.
Okay.
When he told me to give me the definition of what a perfectionist is.
Uh-huh.
Because I had said, and these are my words, not Darius Acuff Jr.'s words, I had said, I believe he's somewhat of a perfectionist.
Uh-huh.
I believe a lot of people in certain career paths, in our career path. A lot of people are perfectionists. I think I'd call myself that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So as a perfectionist, I woke up in the middle of the night and was like, I did not do well with that answer.
Oh. So take two?
So
Dwayne, call in, ask the same question.
Dwayne, the definition of a perfectionist or perfection in just the word is the condition, state, or quality of being free or as free as possible from all flaws or defects. So you can make what you want of that, but what perfectionists usually do is when something doesn't go right, they immediately go back to the lab and they do either their research or they go do a film breakdown or they think about what they have to do better next time. It's not to say next time's going to be perfect either.
Yeah.
The point of a perfectionist, though, is they're always working to try to improve.
And it doesn't sit well with them.
And it doesn't sit well with them. It gives them an uneasy feeling. It might wake you up in the middle of the night like it did to me and have to come back with the actual definition. But that is what perfection is.
Now, as your partner and friend, I will say I'm worried about you waking up in the middle of the night because of thinking about Dwayne.
Oh, that was like the third on my list. There were other things that I woke up in the middle of the night that got me scrolling then on TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, you hear that, Dwayne? You're number 3, bud. You're number 3 waking her up in the middle of the night. Not number 1 or number 2.
Other things I won't, divulge on this program. But Dwayne was in the back of my mind, and I was like, well, by golly, I did not respond well to that. I was tongue-tied.
See, that's how much. I thought you did a good job in the moment.
Oh, no, that was trash.
Perfectionist Kayla, true. I'm trying to hype you up here. Can I now? I'm stepping on dangerous ground here, but something that I've started noticing you doing over the last 2 weeks.
Oh no!
And you've done it on your computer screen, and you've done it on your phone.
Oh,
Kayla's starting to zoom in, my friends.
Because
Kayla zooms in on the chat.
It's because I don't have my glasses on.
Why? I mean,
I just haven't put them on today because I felt like all I do is wear glasses on this show.
Relatable.
No one even knows what I look like without glasses, which doesn't even really matter. But sometimes I just don't want to have to wear these because I actually don't wear glasses in real life. I don't wear contacts in real life. I only wear these for my screen because I can't see my screen that well for 4 hours. So yes,
I zoom.
Yeah. So I zoom in on like what the chat is so I can respond to them, or my phone if it's not big enough text. I'm one of those.
Kayla zooms in on the chat
to
make it look like your mom or dad's cell phone chat where like only 2 text bubbles show up. You know what I'm talking about,
baby.
Jay.
I do. I do the same thing with my camera phone. I get a menu. If I can't read the menu, I get my camera and I zoom in.
Hell yeah.
I was playing poker not too long ago, and there was an older gentleman playing poker. He was a super nice guy. He had...
You just wait till you hit our age.
Oh, well, my eyesight's already garbage. I can't see for nothing.
Well, yeah, you wear glasses in real life?
Oh, yes, I have to.
Okay.
I can't drive without glasses.
Okay. I didn't know.
I'm very nearsighted. Like, if I were to take these glasses off, your face is a blur. I can't see nothing past like 5 feet.
Because I can read little text from miles away.
No, you're a psychopath. I can't do any of that. I have no vision whatsoever. But this gentleman sitting next to me, every time the flop would come out, he would take a magnifying glass and like look at the cards through a magnifying glass. He was a good player. He was a nice dude. He just couldn't see the cards.
A magnifying glass?
He was
that is hilarious.
We just called him Private Eye. We called him PI.
Really funny.
He was a good poker player.
Do they even make those anymore?
I don't know. He found one. It's on Amazon or for like $3. I don't know.
I should buy one and just do that for the show.
But here's how, because I'm an only child and because everything's about me, when I noticed when you first started zooming in on the chat, the way she does it is, only the right side of the screen shows up of the stream.
Yeah.
So how it looks like one of those cropped photos where you crop out the person you're taking a photo with.
For sure.
So what Kayla's doing is zooming in on the chat, but my conceited ass is like, you're cropping me out of the video. How dare you?
I'm not even in the video.
No, not right now you're not. But there's a couple times where you'll zoom and it's just Kayla and Matt's out. I'm like, okay, partner. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. It's just Kayla and the chat. I'm like, okay, well, F you then.
That's hilarious. You know, you and I do think a lot alike in many ways, which makes it funny that we really get along so well.
Screw you.
I know, but we argue like brothers and sisters.
We do.
But it is funny because we are very similar in a lot of ways. And I would think sometimes that wouldn't work.
Right.
In a radio show setting.
We'd like kill each other?
Yeah, but we actually complement in good ways.
Well, it's more fear. It's a fear-based
Oh,
thing.
it is?
Yeah, it's a fear-based thing. I ain't picking a fight. I know I'll lose. I've learned enough.
It's a fear-based
I learned
thing.
in 1 week. I saw you and Carmichael Dave go at it. I said, nope. I think it was like week 2 of this show, I learned that you broke your hand punching a friend. You would, if a goose was near your golf ball on a golf course, you'd hit him with a club. And
only if it was attacking me, PETA.
And you say, yes, PETA. And you have a bright red button that if you push that button, a nuclear bomb will go off. I learned that within 2 weeks, and I said, okie dokie, I'm going to stay in my lane.
And that wasn't even including growing up throwing high heels at my brother and
running from police officers and getting stuck on barbed wire fences or whatever.
Oh, in the back of the police car.
Yeah.
And spitting so that I wouldn't have.
Listen, what would you
do? I
do?
put a penny in my mouth.
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to help.
Well, it just helps because I go home to a former softball player that knows how to use a bat and hit a ball really far so she can kill me. And I come to work and work with someone who knows how to use a bat and kill me.
You're in a rough spot, man.
So it's just, hey.
I'll put my glasses on for the next segment so I don't have to zoom in.
No, it's okay. I wasn't trying to out you. I give my mom crap all the time because she's like, can you read this text message to me? I'm like, how can't I read it? It's the size of your freaking phone.
Mm-hmm.
And she has one of those Google Pixel phones that's the size of like a laptop. Like, Mom.
My mom does the same thing. I used to poke fun at her. Now I'm one of them. One of those, whatever you want to call it.
One of them? One of those?
Nearsighted? Is that what it is again?
Old?
No. What? You just called me old?
No. That you said one of them.
Hell?
I didn't say nothing. I was saying what you said.
Did he just
Definitely
call me old?
age for me. I've never worn glasses, never had a prescription or anything. And then, I don't know, at night, small print has gotten really hard to read for me.
Yeah.
Went to CVS, got some reading glasses.
That's where I got mine.
The readers?
Cheers.
Is that what they're called? The readers?
Hell yeah, they
2
are.
times reading glasses.
Are those the ones that like people have like 17 of them just all over the house in different areas and you just pick up, I need my readers. Oh, there they are.
Yep.
I kind of collect them now. It's kind of a hobby of mine.
Reader collection?
Yeah, I mean, how can I get a little stylish? Like, I like these ones. They have a burgundy rim.
Well, let me tell you, they're a lot
gold
cheaper.
trim.
They're a lot cheaper because I get prescription glasses and those mofos and contacts. What the hell?
I don't think I could spend money on.
Well, that's
any
the
of
thing
that
is
stuff.
I've been told by my optometrist, just like saying that word, hey, you're a perfect candidate for LASIK. I would love to do that. And then I look at the price and I said,
yeah,
I ain't gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Put the laser in my eye. Here's $10,000. It's not that much, but screw you.
That's expensive.
I want it though.
Well, endorsers out there.
Hey, birthday present, Kayla. You got that, right?
With what money? Come on, bro.
Well, at least we're not in Vegas losing what little money we have.
Geez Louise. Or it's been some tough basketball.
I have Vegas fatigue and I'm not even there.
I know.
I'm at the point. There's one more California class. There's one more Summer League game. It's on Friday. They play the Charlotte Hornets, like a 3:30 tip. And then thankfully, not thankfully, the Kings are out of the Summer League championship run, playoff run or whatever. So they're not going to.
Thankfully, he says.
Yeah. But I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I think I've seen enough kind of Summer League basketball. I'm just kind of, I've seen enough. With the California Classic, I'm like, I'm done. I'm not even there. But I know, Kayla, we're going to get to Monday or Tuesday of next week.
I know.
Well, Monday we'll have at least Friday's game to react to. We're going to get to Tuesday of next week, and I'm going to be like, now what do we do?
Mm-hmm. Matt's going to not have his basketball to
and
talk
then Kayla's
about.
going to carry the show because it's like, hey, this little thing in training camp happened, and here's why it's important. I'm like, duh, okay.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. I'm excited,
Well,
though.
You're wearing your Raiders
I
t-shirt.
am. Because
You're getting ready.
My boy Fernando Mendoza won College Player of the Year and was a
Good for
total
him.
cheese ball in his little speech, which I love.
His mother going what she's going through
Yes.
and him being such a great son just gets me.
But I love Fernando because I can relate to Fernando because he's just a cheese ball, but he's athletic and I'm not. And
Yeah, I
very
like him.
gifted
He's
at what he
grown
does.
on me for sure.
He's great. He and Kirk Cousins are going to be wonderful together.
Mhm.
They already had a great start with the Step Brothers stuff.
They should just do a whole season like not documentary, but
Can quarterback season 4 just be those two?
it probably could be enough
Just
content.
following the two of them and whatever they get into. Welcome into Matt and Kayla. I'm Matt George. Kayla Anderson with me. We've got Jay with us today. Shout out to
What's up,
Jay
Jay?
for holding it down, the carousel of board operators that we've had this week. We'll have our boss Richie back tomorrow.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure and a privilege to be working for you guys. You know, Matt George, I've watched your podcast for years and seen you on TV, so I am a big fan of yours. And Kayla, professional football analyst, and I'm just, like E40. I'm just happy to be here.
Oh,
there we go.
You
E40 drop. We already like him.
You have the power, my friend. You can sink this show if you want to. So don't
That's
piss
true.
Jay off, Kayla.
Oh, I know who to piss off and not piss off.
That's true. Kayla's
For
going at our
sure.
boss Richie yesterday while he's like.
I don't know what was I?
No, actually, you two teamed up against me. What are we talking about?
Yeah, we did do that.
You betrayed me immediately when Richie was there, and I don't blame you. He's the boss. he has power. The Sacramento Kings made history yesterday.
Oh,
yay!
Wait, yeah. Oh,
I didn't watch the game live because I was too busy
Golfing.
playing garbage golf.
was tough.
And Kayla's texting me about the game, and
I
I'm not
know.
answering her. Like I'm like shunning her. I didn't realize.
I was like, okay, jerk.
Well, no. So listen. This is how you know you're up there for me, because my wife is a terrible texter. So if I don't text her back for a while and she gets mad, I can at least turn it around and be like, well, you don't do it to me too. Yeah. When I woke up this morning and opened my text message and realized, oh my God, I left Kayla on red, I was afraid. I was like, I might die. I might die
Because
today.
I woke up this morning and was like, Matt still hasn't texted
Yep, I texted her immediately. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I was golfing. I'm like apologizing to my wife for golfing. Now I'm apologizing to Kayla for golfing.
No, I assumed you were doing something, and I thought you might be doing the podcast last night, and then I remembered you golfed.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm going to catch up on the game later. So we get back to the clubhouse after, again, playing terrible golf. And I look at my phone, and I saw the Kings did what in the first quarter? They did what? They scored 4 points?
Yeah.
Lowest in Summer League history? Now, Coach Chris Darnell, after the game, said, hey, we were generating good shots. They just weren't hitting. And I was listening to the morning show this morning, and from the Sack Shack, Brendan Nunez was on with Jason Ross. And Brendan kind of dropped a line. I know he was kind of being like tongue-in-cheek about it. He goes, I could say that the ball movement was better with Darius Acuff Jr. and Maxime Reynaud and Nick Clifford not playing. And again, he was saying it kind of tongue-in-cheek. He wasn't saying that as like a shot at any of those guys or anything like that. But also, ball movement don't freaking matter when you're not hitting shots. And I know coaches will say, and Mike Brown used to say this all the time too, and I would give Mike hell for it. We're getting good looks. They're just not falling. Well, Mike, you need to find someone who will actually make the shots. You can't win a game without shot making.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, okay, if the ball movement was better than if it had been with Darius Acuff Jr., hey, that's all fine and dandy. Darius Acuff Jr., I know he's not been the most efficient, hit shots. And it's to me, it's not surprising at all that two, at least, of your go-to offensive pieces being out in Max and Neek, not being in the game, Sacramento Kings really struggled to put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, it did feel like they were out there without their life vest for the first quarter. And, if you know me, I can swim. Now, put me out there treading water for a long time, and I want a life jacket. It just felt like they were a little bit uneasy with where to go in that first quarter. And then clearly the shots were not falling.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Matt, the shots have not been falling gracefully this entire tournament for the Kings.
Right.
I don't know why. I mean, we never know. Those are the weird things.
They shot terribly in the California Classic, too. They could not hit a three to save their life.
That's a great point. I mean, I think the only thing that stands out to me is when Sharp got on that little run 2 games ago.
Yep.
But that was an awful game.
Yep.
So it's like it kind of is meaningless in a way, too.
Right.
So
the good news is at least Alex Caravan was hitting his shots.
Thank goodness.
And you and I, it was you that brought it up first yesterday. Like, this is the opportunity for when top guys aren't playing, other guys have the opportunity to then step into a top guy role.
Yeah.
And Alex Caravan got that opportunity, and he got a big confidence boost type performance. He was knocking down shots.
Yep.
But what impressed me the most about Alex Caravan, and we talked about this yesterday too, but haven't seen it yet in a Kings uniform, what he did so well at UConn, he is very, very good at maneuvering off the ball and finding open space. And for being the only guy really that had a pulse offensively for Sacramento for much of the game, I was like, Boston, why are you leaving him so much? But it wasn't that. I went back and watched it more closely, and it's not that Boston was just leaving him wide open. When they were looking to help on a drive or when his defender would just take an eye off him a little bit, you'd see him just float into open space enough to get that quick release shot off, and he was hitting them. So he moves really, really well off the ball.
No, he does. And if his shot is on, like what he's been known for, again, when we did the draft profile, when he was drafted, like we've talked about the 3-ball and like we talked about his shooting. And so finally being able to find that, especially when really nothing else was great. And we'll get to Jonathan Mobo in a minute because he's good. And I think he did a solid job, obviously, on the boards. But Karaban was 7 of 15 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3. That's a really encouraging number when knowing he has been really, really poor the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
So I give him credit.
One of the things that I think is going to be really important for Doug Christie this upcoming season, is while he's trying to implement all these new guys and establish this identity, he needs to make sure that he doesn't forget about his role players. And I don't mean forget to play him or anything like that, but you're obviously trying to establish A-Cuff. He needs to have the ball in his hands a lot. While you have Zach LaVine out there, Zach LaVine's a scorer. If you're not using him for scoring, then you're just not using him. So he has to score. But you have pieces like an Alex Karaban that you can't just forget about. Now, it's also up to those players, like Nick Clifford, for example, last season, to be aggressive too, and to be to not allow themselves to just fade into the background and get what I call the Harrison Barnes treatment. Harrison Barnes with Beam Team 3 was essentially, hey, just stand in the corner, and sometimes you just forgot Harrison Barnes was there.
Yeah.
That can easily happen to a Nick Clifford. That can easily happen to an Alex Karaban. So they can't allow that to happen to them, but the Sacramento Kings also will need to do, because I expect Karaban's going to be a part of the rotation. Unless they start like the 2 big lineup, or they start a DeAndre Hunter, Keegan Murray forward duo. Like, in my mind, it's going to be Precious Achiuwa and then, like, Alex Karaban in that backup 4 spot. So Alex needs to make sure he doesn't fade into the background, but the Kings need to make sure they don't just put him on an island of you just stand there and watch while everybody else goes to work.
Right, and that I was actually going to bring up something similar with knowing they didn't have 3 of their guys on the court last night, and it did give him more opportunity. This is, again, why it is so critical to just the coaching this year. It is, because these are the problems or not the problems you're going to have to deal with. There is a lot of roster figuring out and what works best on the court when it works best. And you're right. You can't just like leave people out that need to be on there and need to be utilized the right way.
Yeah.
So it's going to be something that's going to take some time.
One of the things I have the most confidence in with Alex Karaban is that he's going to make the right play. But you also have to, 1, give yourself opportunities to make the right play, and 2, be given opportunities to make the right play. When you have so many guys to focus on, this is, I think, also one of the reasons why the Kings went out and got Alex Karaban, if we're completely honest. And I saw a comment last night from some Sacramento Kings fan of, why do the Kings keep going out and drafting these older players from winning programs? It doesn't mean it's going to translate. Well, because you come from a winning program, especially when you're an older rookie, you typically know how to adapt to certain situations. So with the amount of attention that's going to be on those top rookies and these top guys, and the amount of times the ball is going to be out of Alex Karaban's hands, having someone who is able to float and maneuver and find those open spaces is good. You just have to make sure that when they find that open space, you get them the basketball and don't forget they're there. And then it's up to you, Alex. It might not be fair necessarily to start the season. You might want to do more, but it's up to you to, if your role is just going to be to find open space and hit those open shots, well, man, you better hit those open shots then.
I was just going to say, because you're not going to get, as the season goes on, the smaller the grace is going to be given. And grace has been given in Summer League more than anything for any of these players.
Yeah.
But I think especially for him, it's started really, really rough. And again, I know the injury is part of it and everything, but I am truly glad for his sake last night he was able to kind of bounce back and say, hey, I can hit these shots.
Yep.
I can, be good in space. Also, I heard Sean Cunningham talking about this morning with Jason Ross. I don't know if you caught this, but he ran into Dan Hurley again down at Summer League, and he had an interview with Dan Hurley after Alex Karaban was drafted. And Hurley was told Sean Cunningham that, look, I told Karaban, why are you so nervous? You've played in national championship games. There's just a few people out here at Summer League. Don't be so nervous.
Yep.
Hopefully those nerves were converted over the last couple of days, and we're seeing a different type of Karaban.
Well, a lot of media members, Sacramento-based media members, including Sean Cunningham, after doing phenomenal work over in Vegas for the last week, many of them have packed up and headed home. But our Sactown sports crew is still out there, including Brendan Nunez, who essentially, he didn't exactly get one-on-ones post-game, but he was one of the most prominent post-game interviewers out there as the scrums have died down. He got the opportunity to speak with Alex Karaban after yesterday's game. Let's hear about a minute of Alex Karaban after his 21-point performance.
You're going through, and obviously a little bit more on you with some other guys out.
Yeah, it felt great. I knew I had to step up some more with, a couple of our key pieces out tonight, but, I've been getting more comfortable game in game now, and I feel extremely comfortable out there now.
Chris, Coach Darnell mentioned that, he felt like maybe earlier during this Vegas trip that you've been hesitating a little bit from three or once you put a hold. Is that a mindset you came into tonight with, of letting it fly a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely. I got to let it fly, and that's something the coach has been telling me too, and I think it's been an adjustment for me too, just with the pace of the game, the athleticism. It's a different game compared to college, so it took me some time to get used to it, but pretty good. I'm more comfortable with it now.
What's that, like for you, just the evaluating of, I'm going to pull it right now, or attack these closeouts, since you're obviously capable of both?
It's basketball instincts, just reading what the game is. If you're hot, more likely you're going to attack a closeout, but if you're open, you let it fly. So just really basketball instincts out there.
That's Alex Karaban with Brendan Nunez after last night's game. I think it's important, too, to acknowledge, while it's not a massive step up, it's important to acknowledge that the game already, just at the summer league level, is different from college. And this is the guy that played on the biggest stages of college basketball, like you said with Dan Hurley's comments. This is the guy that played on the biggest stage 3 times. But still, it's the summer league. California, well, he didn't play in the California Classic, but the summer league, it's another beast. It's another level. Plus, you're playing with players you've never played with before under a short period of time, which makes things even more difficult.
And that's why I go back to what I said yesterday, and we can all judge how we want. That's not my place to tell you how to look at the team at this point, early on in the season.
Is David's backyard ready for the FIFA?
Jeez Louise.
Is David's backyard ready? I don't know, David. Is your backyard ready?
No free ads. Jeez.
Shut up.
This is what happens, though.
David?
He's got to play the sound off of that computer. Yeah, that is multitasking.
Carmichael Dave has had a lot worse.
Yeah, let's not go into what he had. But yesterday...
Hope your backyard's ready, David.
Right? If it's not, get it ready. Yesterday, I told you, Matt, that I was kind of just for myself and how I'm evaluating, is every team right now is in a different place going into the season.
Yes.
Every rookie class is different with the second-year players they're playing with. Every situation in Summer League is just so different for every organization that I know it's easy to go and look at the stats and to go and look at the headlines of Caleb Wilson, AJ DeBonsa, Darren Peterson.
Who played yesterday.
Who did play.
Darren Peterson
I
played
was
yesterday.
actually like, okay.
Little surprise.
Maybe was it whose comments was it?
Caleb's?
Caleb Wilson's comments.
You watched Caleb Wilson's dunk and went, oh. Okay.
Yeah, and then Caleb was like, he's like, I want to be out there. I don't, so maybe that sparked something in Peterson, and if so, that's awesome. But it's hard for me to really compare it to anybody else, especially those organizations right now. It's just such a different situation here. We're going to have to see how it plays out.
credit to the Kings for fighting back, too. They went on, I think, an 11-0 run in the fourth quarter.
They came this close.
They got it to within 2, so they fought back after a really, really bad first quarter, so I give them credit for that.
One thing on that. I had texted you earlier and said, have you seen Darius Acuff on the bench?
And I left you on red.
And he left me on
Said,
red.
not now, Kayla. I'm shooting bad golf.
So I put my glasses on and
zoomed in.
But in all seriousness, it was when they were going on the run. And Neat Clifford, Maxime Reynaud were standing up. And they're big boys compared to Darius. And I was like, where is Darius Acuff? So then I looked to the right, the left a little, and here he is. He has got a ball cap on, which I've never seen him in a ball cap. He's got like his, sweat outfit on. And he was going crazy, arms in the air, like when they were getting close to, tying it up and whatever. And he was really
animated.
Theatrical and animated. And I was like, okay.
But Kayla, he's nonchalant. He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He's not passionate.
Doesn't care. I wanted to screenshot that and be like, now, say now.
Now, say now.
Now, say now.
What? You became a Southern grandma when you saw it? What the hell happened to you? We'll take the break. We have plenty more to talk about today. We'll also talk about Summer League action with one of our friends from the No Ceilings crew. Stephen Gillespie will join us at noon today. But when we come back, there's a smattering of other stories. Other stories.
This is the kind of day we're doing.
Around the NBA. From the NBA not punishing Bam Adebayo for his incident with Tyler Hero, to Jalen Duren being fed up with the Pistons. Plus, Kevin Durant spoke on where he thinks LeBron will end up. Lots of NBA stories to get to when we come back. Matt and Kayla just getting started here on Friday Junior, Sactown Sports.
The top young talent is on display at NBA Summer League, and Sactown Sports has boots on the ground. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, presented by Power Business Technology. And stay locked in to SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube channel for the latest on every game, every practice, and all things Kings this summer. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging.
Let me check that for you.
To help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at hagenoaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Most golfers practice their swing, but ignore the body swing in the club. We help golfers move better, get stronger, reduce pain, build power, and play longer. Join us for a free trial week and see how golf-specific training can help you support your body and your game. Try a class, meet the team, and find a right program for your goals. Call 916-802-5175 or visit golffitnesssolutions.com. Golf Fitness Solutions. Move better, feel better, play better.
The other guys must think you failed math. Get this huge discount. Then the fine print hits you with $5,200 in mandatory ads. It's adorable in a scammy kind of way. At Hoblet, we skip the tricks. The price you see is the price you actually pay. What a wild concept, huh? Hoblet, family owned 77 years. Experience the difference online at hobletdodge.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sepp Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sepp Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sepp's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Are you ready for a smattering of NBA stories?
Can I ask why you said that word?
I don't know.
Okay, because at least
Googling smattering.
Let's be very honest, like we usually are on this show, maybe too honest sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like saying words because it makes me just feel smarter for that day.
Yeah.
When I say plethora,
plethora.
I just love that word.
Smattering does not make you feel smarter. I'll just say
Smattering.
that. It's not one of those words that sounds smart.
No, it makes me feel like when my dog goes to the bathroom and it's not really solid.
I was going to say it's a cooking term, but sure.
That's more like splattering.
Yeah, that's more.
I know, but it's
smear.
got the same kind of ring to it.
Can we put smear on the list of words that don't make you feel good? Smear.
Yeah.
Moist.
Okay. I think
that's a horrible word.
I think that's an inappropriate word.
That's relax.
I think it's inappropriate.
Relax. All right? It's just a gross word. See, now you've ruined smattering for me.
I liked it. I was giving you a compliment that you
picturing
seeked out
Red's
something.
bowel movements when I
Actually, they've been
about
really solid since I've changed his food, so don't worry about it.
I'm happy for you.
It's made my job easier.
A smattering is either a slight superficial understanding of a subject or a small scattered amount of something. Yeah, small scattered little stories.
Small scattered amount.
Not of poop,
Boom,
Kayla.
Boom. I knew I was using it correctly.
You weren't, and you ruined it for me, and I don't like you.
I didn't think that was a real word, but hey.
Really?
Smattering, it is. I've always heard it in cooking terms.
Yeah.
It's a smattering of something. My grandma used to say it all the time. Plus,
a sprinkle.
Yeah, a sprinkle.
Yeah.
Sprinkle's like a better word, I guess.
No,
I like smattering.
I enjoy that word, smattering.
My grandma had all sorts of terms.
I know grandmas did. Didn't
one
they?
One of my grandma's go-to terms was "we're off like a herd of turtles."
Oh, that's funny.
Is it?
I like that.
I don't know where
too.
she got it from, but we're off like a herd of turtles.
Well, when baby turtles are hatched or whatever, they all go together down the beach and into the water.
Yep.
So maybe that's what she meant.
Get the seagulls coming at
Yeah.
them. So,
My grandma were Norwegian and Danish and all that. And she would say when she wanted to swear, because she was the nicest lady in the world, did not swear. Don't know where I got that not from. She'd be oofta. And that means pretty much like
F you?
Yeah.
Oofta.
Mm-hmm. We knew what she was really saying.
Your smattering of NBA stories begins with the NBA deciding to not punish Bam Adebayo for the incident with Tyler Hero. I actually am 1,000% okay with this.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Because also, if it did truly stem from Tyler Hero talking ish on a burner account, which is something that I don't think is great for basketball, but also adds a lot of drama to basketball. And we know basketball is NBA is the most dramatic league in the world. It's not close. NBA loves drama.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 1,000% okay with the NBA going, hey, the incident doesn't look good, but let them handle it. They handled it the way they handled it. I love that.
It didn't happen like on the court during the season. There's no video, really.
Well, apparently Shams has said there is video.
Well, then let it leak.
That's what TMZ.
Let's go.
What's wrong with your? Where's your budget at?
TMZ, dude.
TMZ's budget need to go up. Get me that video. Although, hey, the fact that it happened in front of a bunch of AAU basketball kids, maybe that part not great.
That part is wild.
That part not great.
Well, you could just fog out all
blur
their
faces. Blur their faces. By the way, I came across a video the other day it was in Vegas. It was a Team USA practice. And it's Blake Griffin dunking in front of a group of kids that are there to watch. And it's all today's stars. Devin Booker is a kid.
Cool.
Zach LaVine is a kid. D'Angelo Russell is a kid. It's all of them. There's so many NBA players in that group of kids that are just going crazy with Blake Griffin dunking.
AAU
I guess so. It's like I guess they got invited to watch
That's
a Team USA practice, and Blake Griffin put on a dunking show for them. And it's like young Zach LaVine going, "Oh my God!"
That's really cool.
Pretty
actually.
Cool.
Jeez.
Another NBA story smattering. Chris Haynes says that Jalen Duren is, quote, fed up with the Pistons and, quote, he really wants out. Well, unfortunately for Jalen Duren, he's a restricted free agent, so this is the whole purpose of this. And as much as I would like to say, because it would benefit the Kings right now, it's dumb that he's being held hostage. But the Kings very much need restricted free agency to hold on to their talent. So restricted free agency is very much a good thing. It just limits the opportunity for someone like Jalen Duren. I understand he's probably very unhappy with being lowballed, but also, man, you should be happy by your playoff performances. I still think, just like in the Jonathan Kuminga situation, the possibility of him signing a qualifying offer for a year only to become a unrestricted free agent next summer, hey, Scott Perry might be rooting for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Jalen Duren would be stupid to do that, because if you don't have the season that you had last year, your value is going to go down even more than it already has.
It's such a interesting situation that we actually pretty much called before all this, because once we started to see the value of the postseason with him kind of go down, because he was pretty much non-existent throughout the postseason, we were like, this is going to be a little messy once it comes to this negotiating of a contract. And sure enough, this is exactly what it's become, because I guarantee you they are like, look, their card is, you did not do what you needed to do to take us to the promised land.
Right.
And he's going, well, I still did a lot throughout the season. Also, when Cade Cunningham was out, I held this team together to get to the postseason. So where's my money?
There is to be honest, part of what Detroit is doing, I actually really appreciate, because just because you're eligible for Supermax money doesn't necessarily mean you should get it. And I think there's been a kind of debate on this. Man, if I'm eligible for the max, give me the max.
Mm-hmm.
But just because you're a max, you had one season that makes you eligible for max money doesn't mean that you're worth a maximum investment. And I think I respect Detroit for standing their ground the way that they are, but you obviously are in danger of pissing off a player, and that's where they've gotten to, it sounds like.
I respect it too, but unfortunately a player's mindset is much different in I want the most money I can get, right? And so especially when you have agents, like we've always talked about, the Rich Pauls and those big agents, but I don't know who Jalen Duren's agent is, but those agents are going to push for as much too because they're getting that percentage.
Yeah.
So they want the most money they can get as well.
Right. I'm trying to pull up a video right now, but it's buffering for me. Kevin Durant was out at... there it goes. Kevin Durant was out at All-Star Weekend, MLB All-Star Weekend, and I guess he was just on the field. I don't know if this was a celebrity softball game or something, but somebody approached him with a camera and just started asking him questions. And credit to Kevin Durant. He had a really good... This is about a 40-second video, and part of it covers... Or most of it's about LeBron. But he had a really good attitude and was like really happy to answer these questions. It just surprised me. I didn't expect Kevin Durant to be this way. But he does weigh in on where he thinks LeBron will go.
Okay.
Where do you think LeBron ends up?
That's the $1 million question I wish I knew.
In your heart of hearts, what do you think, honestly?
In my heart of hearts, if I had to choose one,
Yeah.
I would say Cleveland. But I think Philly got a big chance, too.
I'm waiting for the day where you two play together. That'd be crazy.
Well, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life.
That's funny.
Kevin Durant thinks that LeBron's going to Cleveland. And they seem to still be the leader in the clubhouse, going back to Cleveland.
That's what I've been stuck on throughout this whole thing. It makes the most poetic sense, I guess, of how to end his career. And I know he is a thinker, and he plans things out. Whether we think he does or not, he definitely does.
He also, because it's LeBron, he also wants to be wooed, though.
And that's why we're seeing all this.
Hey, hometown fans.
Yeah.
Beg me to come home.
Yeah, and he loves that the Philly crowd is in it now, and that Golden State Warrior fans are, that's a great point. He absolutely loves the fact that Rich Paul is getting voice memos from around the country.
Yeah.
From players, teams, general managers. He probably sends them directly to LeBron.
Probably. Hey, LeBron, listen to this one. Listen to this idiot.
I start my day with a cup of coffee and listen to about 100 voice memos.
Listen, if I could start my day basically hearing about how much somebody wanted to pay me $1 bajillion to play basketball, you're damn right I would do it too. Really quickly before we go to break, here is Jason Tatum on the red carpet at the ESPY Awards yesterday talking about the Jaylen Brown trade.
Transparent, it's weird. Yeah. Right? I've been on the Celtics for 9 years, and he was my teammate every single one of those. You understand throughout, the course of a career that the NBA is a business and people change teams and change coaches and front office. But it doesn't make it any easier. There's still a human element of it that you feel those emotions. The city feels those emotions. But there's also a side of we have to welcome our new teammates in with open arms, and we still have to attack the new season. Yeah. So there's a balance, but it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very interested what the first Celtics-Sixers game next season is going to be like because Jaylen Brown obviously is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Those are already two rivals-ish in terms of, it's Eastern Conference, but the cities, right? They met in the playoffs, and the Sixers bounced Boston in the playoffs, so there's that animosity too. But I don't think that, other than Jaylen Brown maybe feeling like it's not always been Jason Tatum's team, I think people want to manufacture a rivalry between Tatum and Brown. I just don't think that exists. But you best believe the two of them are going to go at each other as competitors.
I don't think there's hate there. No. I truly don't.
People are going to want to manufacture that, though.
As competitors, they're going to compete now that they're on separate teams, and it's probably going to be fun to watch. But they got love for each other. Yeah. No doubt about that.
Well, as part of all the NBA Summer League extravaganzas in Las Vegas, there was the NBA Board of Governors meeting, and Commissioner Adam Silver did a press conference. This was a couple days ago. We didn't get a chance to react to this yesterday. When we come back, we'll hear Commissioner Silver talk about the Kawhi Leonard trade and the Clippers investigation. We'll hear from him talking about the second apron system. And while we don't have audio of this, he did talk a little bit about the expansion process, which, of course, Las Vegas is front and center in that. We'll hear from Commissioner Silver when we return. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
The top young talent is on display at NBA Summer League, and Sactown Sports has boots on the ground. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, presented by Power Business Technology. And stay locked into SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube channel for the latest on every game, every practice, and all things Kings this summer. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs.
your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovery. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy. Pretty much hands off, They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief. The best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Gold Rush Classic, where the stars and guitars shine. The Gold Rush Classic is a celebrity pro-am golf tournament, $1 million hole-in-one, a skins game, a celebrity draft party, and a concert featuring the Cripple Creek Band. The Gold Rush Classic raises money for Make-A-Wish, Jordan's Guardian Angels, First Tee of Sacramento, Rancho Murrieta Youth Sports, and other worthwhile children's charities. The Gold Rush Classic takes place August 6th and 7th in Rancho Murrieta. Come join the fun, raise money for charity, and play golf with a celebrity like Barnes, Fernandez, Jackson, Lloyd, Merriweather, Ostertag, Polanese, Sharp, Schumann, or our own Greg Vaughn. Golf and concert sponsorship are still available at goldrushclassic.org. That's goldrushclassic.org. The Plan Solutions team sponsors the Gold Rush Classic. Plan Solutions, partnering for a strong financial future.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Didn't get the chance to react to this yesterday. Commissioner Adam Silver had his NBA Board of Governors press conference earlier this week. And of course, you knew he was going to be asked about the Clippers investigation for allegedly circumventing the cap to keep Kawhi Leonard around with the aspiration. What the hell is the name of the company? Who knows? The fake tree company. And obviously Kawhi Leonard has been traded to the Toronto Raptors, but the Raptors are on hold because they were essentially told, like, you have to take responsibility or you now are essentially inheriting the punishment that goes to Kawhi if there is indeed a punishment. And the Raptors like, okay, hold on, let's wait for this to figure out the ending before we fully let this trade go through. Well, Commissioner Silver was asked about the timetable of when it will wrap up and also made sure to clarify that it's not the NBA that's putting the trade on hold.
We'll wrap up this summer, so that would continue to be the goal here. And I just want to clarify, so everyone understands, the league did not pause the trade. The parties to the trade made a decision not to go forward, given that the investigation remained open and any possible impact on Kawhi or his contract was yet to be known. And so they chose not to live with that uncertainty, but that was well known before the trade was proposed. And I don't think there was any reason for people to believe that the status of Kawhi Leonard would change merely because he was traded. The investigation needs to run its course.
I appreciate the clarification from Commissioner Silver. I also don't appreciate that. Why are we taking so long to rip the freaking Band-Aid off? Just give us the verdict. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's been 10 months.
Do we have something or do we not? Like, what more do we need
Doesn't sound
here?
like it.
Like, I think a punishment is coming.
Here's what I would say, too. I would think the league has the ability to go to the firm and say, enough is enough. We know you're getting paid by the hour, but figure this out. This is a negative headline that we can. The league has the ability to do what they want.
In my mind, what I think is happening is they're still determining the severity of the crime to the severity of the punishment. And that's what the Raptors are hesitant on. Because Kawhi Leonard's suspended for 2 weeks. Okay, he's going to miss 10 games. All right, trade goes through. He sits out for 10 games. Well, he only plays 60 a year anyway. All right, fine. 10 games of rest for Kawhi to start the season. Hell yeah. But if it's like you're suspended for 40 games, you're suspended for half the season or something because it's a really, really, really you did not do this and we have to set an example. That's why the Raptors are like, okay, well, we're not going to fully agree to this until we know. And if the investigation is taking this long, then I think they're just trying to figure out what the punishment is going to be or figure out how much evidence they need to justify the punishment that they want.
Yeah, and then the whole thing is if Kawhi is part of the punishment in terms of him, like, what does that do for Toronto? Because what if he has to sit out a certain amount of games? Or it's just going to be interesting how it all ends up
playing out. I don't know how
playing out, working out, whatever.
Just get it over with, man. Don't let this drag out any more than it does.
I'm sorry, this has been like one of the more annoying NBA.
Yes, of course it has.
Stories that continues.
It was crazy when it first came out. Now it's been a whole season, and you helped us forget about it during the playoffs. Treegate.
Jeez Louise.
I don't know what it is. Fake trees in L.A. Commissioner Silver also spoke about the second apron, apron punishment, which a lot of people are criticizing the apron system because it's made it more difficult for teams to maintain their talent and hang on to their talent, because now you get to the second apron, it limits what you can do. But Commissioner Silver spoke about it and defended it. Go, Adam. Now.
So, Vinny, it's certainly not an unintended consequence. I mean, when you have a salary system in place as we do, every general manager is going to need to make mixed basketball and business decisions. Frankly, they make them regardless of whether you have a cap. You see that in other sports. People manage to budgets, and people recognize that you can't, at some point, you can't have unlimited resources, whether it's for a team or any business. In the case of a league, it's in essence zero sum. So to the extent that one player doesn't doesn't re-sign a player or chooses to trade a player, of course that player goes to another team. And so the purpose of the system is ultimately to create competition throughout the league. And from that standpoint, I think the system's working incredibly well. The goal isn't necessarily to have a different champion every year, but we've had 8 different champions over the last 8 years.
I actually agree with Commissioner Silver completely here. Mm-hmm. I think the apron system is working, even if it's frustrating and difficult and adds a new issue for general managers to try and figure out. And they're still in the process of figuring it out. I don't think 8 champions over the last 8 years is because of the apron system. I think 8 champions over the last 8 years is because you have more parity around the league. There's more talent in the league than has ever been before. And while we enjoyed the dynasties of the Warriors versus the Cavs every single year, we got to a point towards the end where we were tired of seeing the Warriors and the Cavs every single year. And the Thunder still exist, and the Spurs still exist, and the Celtics exist, and the Knicks exist. Like, there's still a lot of really good teams. And the fact that we have so many potential champions is exciting more than it's a bad thing, in my opinion.
I like that. Some people, I think overall, some people think that if you don't have, like Cleveland and Golden State too, let's be honest, Cleveland's not a big market, but they had LeBron James. Yeah. Like that whole Cleveland versus Golden State worked because it was big time names. Yeah. You know, but it did get fatiguing. Right. And at some point it's like, okay, can we see another team in the mix, please? Yeah. I'd rather it be that way too. But big names, they always want the big names in the mix, or the big markets, I should say.
And I know we have to break here. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the team that's like, we have to figure out how to keep our team together. Well, you didn't fail to make the finals last year because you couldn't keep the team together. You failed to make the finals because the Spurs beat you, came out, and are another up-and-coming team that they're going to have to figure that out when they get to it. We'll take the break. When we come back, the high flyer Henry Turner yesterday on our show said that he feels that Keegan Murray is the key to establishing this new culture in Sacramento. We'll talk about that and how much of another opportunity does Keegan have to step up as a go-to scorer this season, or has that ship sailed? We'll discuss next right here on Matt and Kayla Sactown Sports.
His summer league experience started slow, but Kings rookie Alex Caravan showed up in a big way against the Celtics. With just 1 game left in Las Vegas, will the former UConn star keep the momentum rolling against the Hornets?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible. What a finish. Sensational combination. Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of?
Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-822-1490. That's 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
This Green and Gold Injury Report update is brought to you by the law firm of Injury, Hammer, and Associates. If you've got an injury, just call Gingery. Nick Kurtz was placed on the 10-day injured list with a right thumb capsule sprain. Zach Geloff went to the 10-day injured list as well after exiting last Thursday's game in Detroit with a right knee injury. Brett Rooker is set to have his left knee surgery to repair torn cartilage this week. Rooker will be sidelined for the remainder of the 2026 season.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms?
At Gingery, Hammer, and Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end.
Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead? Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection. You object to what? Erroneous. Counsel, approach the bench. Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Treat your pet at Tractor Supply with great prices on everything they need in just one stop. All summer long, we're adding new dog and cat products, over 200. Food, toys, treats from brands your pets love. All new, all at great prices, all at one place. So come in to save time and money. Leashed pets are always welcome. Shop in-store or online. Tractor Supply, your one stop for pets out here.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
This is Matt George with your Open Championship update, round one, mainly wrapping up. And right now, Jackson Suber finds himself at the top of the leaderboard alone, 5 under first round today. We have a 3-way tie for second place, including the Korean Sungjae Im. If you're looking for some of the bigger names, a great day for Bryson DeChambeau. He's in a multi-way tie for third place. He shot 3 under today, as did Colin Morikawa. The Open Championship coverage is brought to you by Golf Fitness Solutions. Move better, feel better, play better.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Welcome back into Matt and Kayla, hour number 2 on this Friday Junior, as we like to call it. It's Thursday, Friday Junior, according to Kayla Anderson. And typically as the show goes on, we get closer to that Friday energy. Although the show did start with a little Friday energy today. Speaking of energy, Kayla's drinking a
No, I'm not drinking it. It's
coffee
going to
beverage
waste.
out of a can.
It's going to waste.
I won't
I'm
say
not
the
drinking
brand.
It.
Not good?
No, hell no.
Canned coffee is certainly something.
I needed some sort of energy drink.
Didn't do it for you?
I didn't have really time, and then I had to go get gas, and the pin thing wasn't working, so you had to go inside.
Yuck.
And so I said, okay, I guess I'll get something. And I was still on my morning taste buds, so I couldn't really get into the energy drinks yet.
Oh,
so
says who?
I was trying to be good.
Says who? Yeah, that's probably smarter.
But I didn't end up drinking it. It's just sitting there, guys.
Canned coffee, not something I would
Just
choose.
down my carrots, though, and ranch. It was 11 o'clock. I said, it's time
Lunchtime.
for carrots.
Well, speaking of lunchtime, at the lunch break at noon, we're going to have from the No Ceilings crew, Stephen Gillespie is going to be joining us. He spent a lot of time in Las Vegas over the last handful of days, along with the entire No Ceilings crew. They all got together in Vegas, which was pretty cool. They did a phenomenal job in the build-up to the draft, on draft day itself, with all of their coverage. They're already focusing on the 2027 NBA draft. I'm like, guys, take a break. Huh?
Right? They're like, nah.
Take a break.
What's a break?
So we'll chat with him at noon about the Kings Summer League team. Of course, Darius Acuff Jr., Alex Caravan, Emmanuel Sharp, and others that impressed them in Las Vegas Summer League from Steven's perspective. We spoke to Henry Turner yesterday.
Yep.
And we were talking about establishing the culture for the Kings this year and the pillars and all the buzzwords from Scott Perry and Doug Christie, standard, and things like that. And Henry dropped a line that we reacted to when it happened, but I found myself thinking about it a lot yesterday, a lot last night, because I have nothing better to do with my time. He talked about Keegan Murray being the one to really set the tone next season for this next generation of Kings basketball. And on the surface levels, like, that makes sense. The Kings have a kind of a new defensive identity with how hard they want to play, and Keegan Murray has always kind of been the face of Sacramento's defense. Granted, the defense hasn't been good, and Keegan's been by himself a lot with those defensive responsibilities. So it makes sense that, as a now $25 million player, because this is the first year of Keegan Murray's contract, and with the payday comes the expectations, right? It would make sense that the Kings are going to look to him to kind of establish that tone defensively. But then I was thinking, is it more than that? And last season was clarified a lot as a lost season for Keegan Murray, which sucks because you only get so many NBA seasons, and each season is a privilege. And because of the amount of injuries that he dealt with, Kayla, we didn't get to see as much as we were hoping for going into the year of another opportunity for Keegan to kind of showcase offensively what he can do. But that was before Darius Acuff Jr. was here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Henry was also alluding to the offensive side of the ball, setting the tone there. And I just don't, while I'm not saying Keegan stand in the corner and watch by any means, I think the days of Keegan getting the opportunity to show us and showcase more of what he can do offensively, those days are done, man. Darius Acuff Jr. is here. Zach LaVine is still here. How can Keegan expect to have the ball in his hands to create, even as much as he did last year?
Especially when you're lacking so much defensively on this team. And I don't want to make it a thing where it's like, all right, sorry, Keegan, you're one of the few chosen ones that can play good defense. Like, we're just going to stick you out there and, like, we'll leave the scoring up to LaVine, Acuff, and company.
Yeah.
That, like, I'm not saying, like, that's the case, but it is kind of what it is right now.
Yeah.
That this is what the roster is providing. And with that, he's going to have to provide a lot of that defensive effort. Now, if he can get his shot going, like, okay, nothing to take away from that. Like,
sure.
But I just feel like we've been asking for this for a couple seasons now, and it's not coming to fruition. I know last year he was hurt, and he couldn't get into any type of a rhythm.
Yeah, like
but
three
how
different
many
injuries.
times can we keep saying, like, oh, he's going to get that three-point shot back like his rookie season?
Yeah.
I don't know if anything, Matt, let it surprise us. Let it be a good surprise that he can be maybe more of an offensive guy.
Well, see, in a weird way, I almost separate the three-point shot from what we're talking about here. This is me.
Right.
Because, like, Keegan showed last year, the most efficient shot that Keegan had last year was putting the ball on the deck, getting to that mid-range jumper and pulling out. Like, that became kind of his go-to move.
That was like one of it, well, the small amount of games he played.
Right. And I'm glad that's part of his bag. Yeah. So now he's not just limited to a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. But the Kings desperately need him to be a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. Like, if he could shoot, like, seriously, if you're asking me best case scenario for Keegan Murray next year, and like I'm given two choices. He can score 25 points per game through self-creation and maybe knock on the door of, look what I'm doing individually to be an all-star, versus he is a 38% three-point shooter and a primary defensive specialist, like a true 3-and-D guy, with the implementation of Darius Acuff, who's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, with the offense still likely playing through Domantas Sabonis, whose first instinct is to pass and find the open man. Like, give me the 3-and-D.
Yeah.
Give me the defense that I know he's going to have to captain, especially if the starting backcourt is going to be Darius Acuff Jr. and Zach LaVine. Keegan, you're going to need to take a lot of responsibility of helping and switching defensively to give the Kings a pulse, because those two are going to break down. We know they're going to break down defensively. It just is what it is. So if you can continue to be the captain of the defense, kind of out of desperation, you have more help now than you've ever had before, in at least on the wing in terms of a DeAndre Hunter, and we'll see how that pairing works. And then knocking down that three-point shot, I'm not talking about a 40% clip. Get it to 7%. Take 5 threes a game and hit 2 of them.
Yeah.
Like, give me that, Keegan.
Start small.
Give me that, Keegan, and be the third best player on the team. That sounds brilliant to me for this Kings team right now.
I mean, it definitely help in a lot of ways, because we all know he plays really well defensively. And but you said, having that 3-and-D combo, like that's what they would really relish. But it's just the 3-point shot for him.
Yeah.
I don't know how that changes. Like, how does that? I just, that's one thing that's always interesting about players who were known for something or who had a big year at shooting the 3 or something, like, and then the next year they can't follow it up. It's like, did they just lose the ability? They just in their head, like, it's so hard to figure out what happens to a player when they completely lose that.
It just sucks when your good season is an outlier.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
And it really is.
His good season is an outlier.
Or we use it as I don't know if he can get back to that.
And Keegan has improved in so many areas as his career has gone on. So it's not like he's regressed every year. People think he's regressed because his three-point shooting has gone down. But he's improved tremendously as a defender, as a rebounder. He's improved at putting the ball on the floor. And
that ain't
scoring.
sexy.
Right. And it's not sexy, and it's hard to... That stuff leads to winning, but when the team's not winning, it doesn't feel like it's as valuable as it is.
And especially when now he's got this new contract.
Yes.
And it starts this year.
Yes.
And the minute, no matter if we mean to or not, or if fans mean to or not, the minute that the numbers go up, people are like, all right, so where's your game?
But we also, like Kings fans, we also do not have to start disliking a player because they're making more money. Like, we don't have to do this. And remember, there is a massive, massive difference to the amount of money that Keegan Murray's making and the amount of money that Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis are making. Do not put that on the same level. I've already seen players talking about, like, well, Keegan Murray just got paid. He's got to step up. Yes, but he's not making $49 and $46 million. He's making $25. He's paid like a starting forward in this league that has value. There's a reason why we heard Scott Perry talk about Keegan Murray's the guy that teams are calling about. Monty McNair didn't have to say the same thing to know that it was Keegan Murray. Yeah. When the Kings were in conversations about OG Anunoby, it was Keegan Murray that they were asking about. We've known that Keegan has been the number one tradable asset that they have had since he was drafted outside of Tyrese. Well, he never played with Tyrese Halliburton, did he? Yes, he did. I don't remember. Did he? No, he didn't. I don't know. No, he did not. He did not.
Did he?
He was
Yes,
a rookie when Sabonis was here. He never played with Tyrese Halliburton. I got all the years mixed up. But like, Keegan is valuable. He is worth $20-ish million. Now, he definitely has to step up. He definitely has to play it like it, and he certainly has to shoot better than 27% from 3-point range next
How
season.
many games did he play last year?
23.
Okay.
His games per season, 80, 77, 76, then 23. That's an outlier.
That's an outlier. And that's the other thing I remember during the season, that a lot of people were like, that's it. Injury prone. That's it. He's going to be injured. This was, I think it was probably one of the more unique situations in terms of injuries for a player.
Thing after thing after thing.
I don't think I will say this. I don't think he's injury prone.
Not at all.
Now, I'll be the first to call out players who are. I don't think he is.
And but it's the timing that's so frustrating.
Well,
because he got the contract before the season started. And you could argue, Matt, if the Kings had waited to pay Keegan Murray until after the season, they probably would have paid him less than $25 million a year. I don't care. It's not my money. And that cap space is not hurting Sacramento.
No.
It's not like he's not the one eating up $90 million of cap space.
Yeah, well, if he was, it'd be a different story.
It's the two guys that probably aren't going to be here very much longer. Keegan Murray is one of the few pieces that Scott Perry inherited that he's looking at and going, oh, yeah, I'll probably keep that.
Yeah.
Because I can't gut everything.
And that's a good point right there, Matt, because clearly we've seen what Scott Perry has done with either contracts or players that he doesn't. I don't want to say he doesn't believe in them as NBA players.
Yes.
He doesn't believe in them in what he's trying to put together. But why he gave Keegan that extension,
yes.
You're exactly right. Because he saw something, and it could be value. It could be value. He saw something in Keegan enough to be like, we're going to keep him here right now.
Right. Keegan Murray's contract, he's paid 24, I said 25. He's paid $24.1 million next season. Then it goes up to 26, then 27.9, then 29.9, and the last year of his career, geez Louise, of his contract, the 2031 season, he's going to be paid $31.8 million. So let me talk about that for a second, because I think people's eyes are immediately going to jump to $30 million, which again, isn't that much. I mean, it's a lot, but it's not 40, it's not 45, not 49. Like some of these other guys are being paid. By that 2029-2030 season when he's making 29.9 and 2030-2031 season where he's making 31.8, Keegan Murray's going to either be a part of the team that's a playoff contender or a playoff team and hopefully a true contender by that point, or he's not going to be on the team anymore. Can we be honest about the situation? And hell, Scott Perry might not be here.
True.
If by 2039-2030 the Kings are still really struggling, I don't know if Scott Perry's going to be here based off of the impatience of the organization in the past.
Probably not.
So, to me, this contract is not a problem at all. He did get paid, so expectations go up. But if you tell me, Matt, you're paying $24.1 million next season for the best defender on the team, who gives you versatility on the perimeter defensively, who could get that three-point percentage up to above 35%, who also rebounds the way Keegan Murray does, it's money well spent for me, and it's not my money.
It's also really important because he is in starting the prime of his career.
Yes.
And you want to be able to get as much out of him, either if that's getting value out of him while he's here and he's performing so you can trade him, or so that he's just helping you with this group get back to where they need to be. I mean, the money is not the thing I'm worried about, Matt.
Right.
I don't care about the money. Keegan needs to be one of the guys because he's one of the not older players, but one of the young older players on the team that is still part of possibly the future.
Right. Just to give you an idea too, because again, I think people take the money and allow the fear of cap space or lack thereof to dilute expectations. And what I mean by that is a $25 million player, after going from a rookie scale contract to a $25 million player, that does have expectation to it. We're committing to you. We're recommitting to you. It's also his second contract after his rookie scale contract. What did you want the Sacramento Kings to do? Piss him off or let him go and then be even more screwed defensively? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But to put into perspective, because I think that people's concern is, well, what if Keegan Murray doesn't get any better and now he's overpaid and he's eating up too much cap space for the player that he is? For context, as of right now, next season, the Kings have $124 million on their books. That's down from $189 million that they have on their books right now of guaranteed salary locked up. After Domantas Sabonis is gone, which I believe he will be, so when the Kings go into the 2028-29 million or season, and
29 million season.
Yeah, when the Kings go into the 2028-2029 season, Keegan Murray will be making $27.9 million. As of right now, the Kings only have $48 million worth of salary guaranteed for that season.
Yeah.
That means they're going to have a boatload of space to sign players or bring players in that are going to be probably far more expensive than Keegan Murray's $27.9 million.
That contract doesn't look bad at especially at the point.
The contract is not going to hurt the Sacramento Kings. That contract is not going to hurt them. It's not. Like, in my opinion, the Malik Monk contract doesn't really hurt the Kings that much, even though the Kings would much rather have Malik's money off the books. But Malik, the difference between like a Malik and a Keegan is Malik is kind of a archetype of player that is fading out. So the value for the position is different. Well, you're paying Malik Monk around $20 million, and he's a fading out position. Okay, yeah, you'd like to move that money if you could. Keegan Murray is still going to be an extremely valuable player for at least his archetype, the type of player that he is. Teams need that in abundance in the modern NBA.
And I still even think, Matt, if he can't necessarily get that three-point shot back to where he was his rookie season, I still think the way he plays defense, like you said, the type of player he is, the body type, all that, I still think if he has a decent year, he's still valuable. Like, I think Keegan's going to want more out of it, and I hope we get more out of him from the scoring perspective. But I think that there's still a lot of value in him.
Yeah.
And Scott knows that.
Here's some interesting context. I think Keegan Murray has the potential to be what Michael Porter Jr. has been. I don't think he's far off from that already. And Michael Porter Jr.'s numbers, I'm going to bring them up just for comparison. Now, I know Michael Porter Jr. is coming off of a really good number season last year on a terrible Nets team where he could just shoot the ish out the ball. For his career, Michael Porter Jr. averages 17 points per game. I just took down Keegan Murray's numbers. Let me bring those back up. In Keegan Murray's career, 13 points. So there's a decent gap.
Okay, so you said, 17?
17 points for Michael Porter Jr. to 13 points for Keegan Murray. 49% shooting from the field for Michael Porter to 44% shooting from the field in his career for Keegan. 39% three-point shooter for Michael Porter Jr. in his career. That's a really good number. To 36.5%, 36.5% for Keegan Murray from three-point range in his career. Keegan Murray also averages about 5 rebounds a game for his career. Michael Porter Jr.'s at 6 rebounds. Keegan Murray averages 1.5 assists to Michael Porter Jr.'s 1.6 assists. Without a doubt, the numbers for Michael Porter Jr. are better, especially 4 points per game. That's pretty significant.
But also, again, Keegan had an injury year.
Sure.
You know.
And this is career numbers, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. is paid $40.8 million this year.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Like, if Keegan Murray can be a little bit more statistically, because he's not far off from Michael Porter Jr., for a maximum on this contract, $31 million a year, when the cap is just going to continue to go up and up and up and up and up because of this TV money, he is a very, very valuable contract. And I promise you, teams will trade for that if it's not working out here.
I think somebody on the chat actually said, the percentage, it's very, very low.
It's like 15% of the cap.
Yeah, I can't find the thing. Oh, yeah, 15%. Yeah.
15% is nothing for a starter and a valuable player that the Kings need more of. I've never understood this trade Keegan Murray conversation, which the Kings obviously couldn't because I don't know when he's eligible for trade. I think it's coming up here.
I think it's soon.
It might be now.
But the only reason I can see it if Scott had a specific plan and a specific team that the plan worked to a T.
The Kings need more Keegan Murrays, not less of them.
Yeah. Again, we're like, wait, we're getting rid of size again? Like, what?
Yeah. But this is all going back to the initial conversation. What are we looking for from Keegan Murray? I'm not looking for the opportunity for him to be a go-to scorer anymore. I do like that he has a little more to his bag of attacking the basket and shooting that mid-range shot. That's going to be nice at times. I don't think he should and will get as much of the green light offensively as he had the potential to have this past season, but unfortunately, because of injuries, didn't get as much as we wanted to. Because Darius Acuff Jr. is here, and that's Darius Acuff Jr.'s role. And again, if Zach LaVine's going to be here, he's going to be scoring. And if he's not scoring, then you're just wasting time.
Are you saying this more out of necessity, that you don't mind if he's not the scorer maybe that he could be, because we are looking at what's going on in this situation and the lack of defense when you put Acuff and LaVine out there? What was the other thing that you had just mentioned? Like, my point being, are you maybe thinking that, though, because it is what it is right now, and they've got, and you got to get off another contract.
Yes, to some extent.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's put it this way. If you took Zach LaVine off this roster, and I'm not worried about finances, I can't even give you a name. Take Zach LaVine off this roster and replace him with like a Michael Porter. No, not Michael Porter Jr. Replace him with like, I don't know, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Like a wing-ish defender that can shoot, but is not like an offensive specialist or anything like that.
But he's not a liability defensively.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking to Keegan as more a scorer.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you have enough mouths to feed as it is. And I'm not saying then you let Keegan go hungry, and you certainly don't let Keegan become Harrison Barnes and put him in the corner and, you'll get your shots when we decide you get your shots. Like, I still need Keegan to be aggressive, and I need him to hit that freaking 3-point shot, for God's sake. But I don't think the Kings need to try to turn Keegan Murray into more of a scorer than he is at this point. I think Keegan Murray is what he is offensively. We know he's more than capable of being a significantly better 3-point shooter than he showed over the last 2 seasons. So the expectation is you're paid $24 million, shoot like a $24 million player, and play the defense and rebound the basketball the way we know that you can. That, to me, is perfect for Keegan Murray. And that maybe is what Henry means when it comes to setting the tone. But I don't know. I think I have a more realistic expectation of what Keegan Murray should be and how that fits into his value with the contract than I think some people expect. Now that Keegan's paid $24 million next season, he needs to be more of a scorer than he is. No, he needs to hit threes. That's what he needs to do. And then keep doing what he does defensively, which he's going to do that. We'll take the break. When we come back, got a very brief World Cup date for you, but lots to talk about in that World Cup date. And we got a ton of pick-a-side content to get to, too. We're rolling here. It's Matt and Kayla on Friday Junior, Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got 'em. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money. A lot. And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sac.
Concert.
I went to
with his
Shania.
little cowboy boots and cowboy
No,
hat.
there wasn't that. No, listen, no. My aunt lived on a ranch in Loomis. Loved that ranch, by the way. She had a ranch. She had a lot of properties, so we had a lot of fun growing up on that ranch. So I spent a lot of time around horses and goats. That's how I learned goats are awesome. Goats are the best.
I've done baby goat yoga.
Baby goats are on crack, and it's so much fun.
They're
just
fun.
so much fun. They just flip off of stuff. They're just like, I am a goat. Meh. Just flip.
That's why they like to do yoga.
I was there for the birth of horses. I don't know why. I was just
That's
there.
crazy.
I was like, oh, my horse is giving birth. Come on down. I'm like, okay.
They're like the most weird-looking, awkward things when they're born.
Yeah.
Because they're tall when they're born, but
slimy.
yeah, and skinny.
We used to have to scoop poop before breakfast. What the hell is that?
And you were dogging on me for bringing up poo earlier today.
Well, no, because you used it to ruin a word.
Because it was a great word to describe it.
No, it wasn't.
It's a great word.
No.
Smattering. Also, no, that is not Aaliyah. That is TLC.
Oh.
Someone was asking about it in the chat.
And I'm not no scrub, okay?
I was performing,
No.
and you were the only person next to me.
That was directed at me, and I'm messaging HR.
I mean, too bad Carmichael Dave wasn't right there. That would have been really easy to put
I'd be
the act
singing
on.
with you, probably. Wow.
He might have been.
Wow. Kayla calling Carmichael Davis scrub.
I mean, he's on
He
vacation.
hadn't been here for 2 weeks, so I don't remember how he would retort. I don't know who is he? I hear his voice every once in a while. I'm
I
like,
have
I don't
no
remember who
idea.
that is.
He's some guy on the radio, I think.
I don't know.
Maybe our station.
Forget what he looks like. Forget what anybody looks like. It's just been us.
This has been weird. Can we be honest? It has been a little.
Should we just move in? Like, this is our room now.
Well, I'll probably get mold. I don't want to get that mold disease. I'm a little weary about that one moving in. 4 hours a day is fine.
You go southern at the strangest times.
I know. I did it to my dog yesterday. He got done getting groomed.
He done got done getting groomed. Listen, Red, you got all done getting groomed.
Now, pretty now, boy.
Nah, you no shit, no on the carpet. Yeah, shut up, Red.
He's more like, woo, woo, like 20 times that. Mm-hmm.
I know. I hear it every day, and then you scream at your phone. Here's my impression of Kayla Anderson.
Should we bring it up?
No. I don't want to scare Red.
All right. He's sleepy.
This is my impression of Kayla Anderson when Red starts barking on her puppy cam at home. Hey! No, sir! No, sir! Bad boy. And then 3 seconds, don't isolate that. Then 3 seconds later, ready, buddy boo. Use a tweet, ready, buddy boo. You just yelled at him. That's Kayla. Mid-segment.
Oh my goodness, that was very good.
No, sir.
No, sir. I don't know why I say sir.
She has like screamed like he had a gun.
Well, he is really loud.
Oh, I know. I can hear through the phone.
Loud.
I wonder who he gets it from.
Like dog, like mother.
I don't think that's the saying.
We look nothing alike. He's a redhead. I'm a blonde.
This is dangerous territory. dangerous. Nope.
But we act the same.
No. Yes, you do. I think he's a little friendlier. His bite probably hurts less.
Matt makes me out to be this Corella DeVille. I'm actually a
Corella DeVille?
Corella DeVille.
You said Torella like it was a dinosaur.
Corella. I'm a very nice person if you meet me in person. Just don't cross me.
That kind of sounds like Kayla, actually.
It does.
All right, World Cup date time for you. It's been a while since we've done one of these, just to update you on everything that's happened over the course of this week. A couple days ago, Spain shut out France 2-0 to advance to the final. That was the battle of the two favorites. Spain was number 1 and France was number 2 in terms of betting favorites to win the World Cup coming into the tournament. Well, Spain got off to a little bit of a rough start in the tournament because they drew 0-0 with Cape Verde, and they became one of the most fun stories of the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But get this. In 7 World Cup matches, Kayla, Spain has allowed just 1 goal. They have 6 clean sheets in 7 World Cup matches, including holding France scoreless, which is pretty insane. But yesterday's match was insane. The amount of times that just some of the golfers that we were golfing with yesterday who aren't soccer fans brought it up on the golf course yesterday because the way it finished. England was up 1-0 up until the final 15 minutes of this game.
Yep.
In the 85th minute, Enzo Fernandez gets the match-tying goal. It then goes into stoppage time, not extra time. So it was the 90th minute plus added time on top of it. And I'll describe to you what happened first because you're not going to be able to understand well, some of you might. Most of us are not going to be able to understand
the call
the call. It's in it's Spanish, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But Lionel Messi, so there's a shot on goal by Argentina. It's a hell of a shot. It gets saved. Ball comes out to Lionel Messi on the wing. Messi attacks, perfect cross, header for a goal in stoppage time. Argentina beats England 2-1 to advance to the final. And just listen to this call. This is the call on the broadcast.
I love these calls in Spanish.
Hold on.
It's loading.
It's
Wait
loading.
a second.
Please hold. Here we go.
Macariste Pablo otra vez. Iba Messi. Primeros. Pens. Maca. Messi engancha y va. Tiró con la derecha.
That gave me goosebumps. That's sick. Oh, he's still going.
Argentino. Asistencia de Leo con la derecha.
That's incredible.
That's one of the coolest calls ever.
That's pretty cool.
Dude was dying. His lungs were
like,
begging for death, and he had to still.
Definitely out of wind, right? He needed this asthma medication.
Yeah. What's crazy about that is it's Lautaro Martinez who scores the goal.
Yeah.
He gets the header. The entire Argentinian team runs to Messi.
That's wild.
And celebrates with Messi. The goal scorer, he actually goes behind the goal.
Wild.
And I almost feel bad for him for a second because he scored and he's just elated that he scored.
And they go to Messi.
The entire team goes to Messi because it was a perfect ball.
Yeah.
It was a perfect assist. Little low cross,
incredible.
back post, clean header, easy. Like just a perfect cross from who other than Lionel Messi. If he's not scoring it, he's assisting it. So the final is set. Well, first on Saturday, you have the third place game, essentially like the bronze medal game between England and France. Those countries love each other.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be at 2 p.m. in Miami on Saturday. On Sunday, Spain will take on Argentina at noon.
Wow.
At the wonderful playing surface known as MetLife Stadium. We'll take the break. When we come back, it's pick a side time, including LaMelo Ball's new ride and DeMarcus Cousins. Speaking about LeBron James and how he was treated in Los Angeles. That's all to come here on Pick a Side next. Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust. Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years. And we can help you. There's no charge for calling, so please call us today.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
And Doug.
Hot dog, get your hot dog.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
not yet. But both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
Then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments, clearly different wealth management. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
Yes, indeed, it is time to pick a side. Big shout out to Jay with us today, holding it down. He's been doing a phenomenal job on the board. Now he joins us for Pick a Side. What up, Jay? What we got? Topic number 1.
What up? Pick a side. LaMelo Ball debuted his new tricked out Cybertruck in Minnesota.
It's a truck.
These are the ugliest trucks on the market. Yes or no?
The outside of the Cybertrucks are definitely ugly. The inside of that thing was dope, though. He had that. I don't know if that's legal, the amount of lights and things that he had going on inside of that Cybertruck. It was cool. But, yeah, the outside of Cybertrucks are, listen, not my cup of tea. If you like those Cybertrucks, great. I don't know what they are. I don't like them.
They're the ugliest trucks on the market. I mean, look, I understand people have different tastes. But first of all, I just feel like it looks cheap. Like, it looks cheap.
It looks like a bad drawing in a geometry
class.
Yes,
I would draw that, and I'm not a very good drawer. But I think I could even draw it better than it looks. Yeah. I'm not a fan of it.
I still have never figured out how the bed of that truck works.
I don't know.
Every time I see it, I just...
I think the back opens up or slides down.
It's like a sliding thing, but
Yeah.
what
Honestly,
what can you fit back there?
Right. I've never seen anybody use it as a truck.
No. Right. If you have one, call in. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Call in and tell me, do you honestly think it's good looking? I just want to know, why did you buy that over any other truck?
I know multiple people who think it's really cool. It's just so different that it's really, really cool. So it's just different, I guess, different tastes for different people. But yeah, I'm with you. I've always thought it looks alarming.
I just think that they could make it look a little sleeker. It's like a big pot of metal.
Yeah. Which is weird because the other Tesla designs of their other Tesla cars are really clean.
Really nice.
They're really sleek. But that truck is just like, ah.
I'm on the
I'm gonna
fence.
get ya.
I'm on the fence. It's like basic shaped but futuristic. You know, the outside is kind of weird looking, but I see a lot of people wrap them, and they look cool when they're wrapped. I've never seen the inside of one.
Yeah, well, you should see the inside of LaMelo's.
I bet it's probably futuristic.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Real quick, Martine says, if you got one for free, would you drive
Hell
it?
yeah.
Or would you sell it? No,
Yes.
I would sell it because I would literally run into everything. I would disrupt everything with parking with that thing. It is a wide load. Too much of a wide load for me.
Listen, you look.
Pause.
Never mind.
Well, finish your thought.
No, I was just going to say I drive a Honda Pilot, and I got used to my wide load. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. Jay, next one. Save us.
All right. John Gruden is attempting a different kind of NFL comeback. The former ESPN analyst is expected to call play-by-play for a Buccaneers preseason game instead of serving as the color commentator. Do you think he'll be back at a major network soon?
I actually think John Gruden on the broadcast would be really, really entertaining and really informative. As the play-by-play guy, yeah, I don't know if that's those are two completely
it's an art for sure.
different jobs. The play-by-play guy has to illustrate, the way G-Man always says it, the play-by-play guy, you're driving the bus, right? The color commentator then provides the substance, right?
Yeah.
So Gruden is perfect in that because he can tell you what a quarterback is going through. It's like what Tony Romo does in broadcast or Brady does on broadcast, right? They give you that extra information while the main play is being set up, but especially on a radio broadcast. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if play-by-play is the right thing for Gruden, but as a color commentator, I think he'd be great.
So, well, you missed the question because the question was, will he be back on national television?
Will he be back on national television? On major network?
Major network. That was a pretty big scandal.
I don't think so.
Look, I feel that Gruden, first of all, when he did Monday Night Football, he was really good.
Yeah.
In that position. But he's been in the doghouse and he's been away for a long, long time. But it's hard to get out of situations no matter who you are that you put yourself in like that. However,
he's still very loved and respected in the football
there's
community.
a team that's allowing him to do it. So I feel like it's almost like the one team that allows him to do it, they open up the door for bigger things. And then the networks are like, well, like, couldn't you see Netflix once they start getting more games, NFL games? Oh, well, let's call up Gruden.
Yeah.
I could see Gruden being on Netflix doing games.
That's a good point. That's fair.
I'm curious to see how he sounds.
Yeah.
I know the scandals is very, very bad, but I've always thought John Gruden talking football, especially when he would do his quarterback, what did he call it? Quarterback school, what did he call it?
Yeah,
when he
it's
would
like
sit down with quarterbacks and break down film and talk to them and hear stuff like that. I always thought that was incredibly entertaining content from Gruden, but there's some things that you can't just escape there, bud.
Nope.
All right, number three,
DeMarcus Cousins spoke on the Road Tripping podcast and said he did not like how LeBron James was treated in L.A. Is this valid?
So I actually haven't heard this clip.
Yeah.
What was the context of what do you
So
mean by
he
how he
pretty
was
much was. They were having a conversation about this year's draft class, and then it went on to, it went into. Then I guess it got tiered over to LeBron, and like, what do you think about the LeBron situation? Where could he end up? He goes, I would like to see him in Philly or Minnesota. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he'll end up in Cleveland. But one thing I do want to say, he said, and he went out of the way to say this, is I don't think that they treated him right in LA. And I think a lot of our, pretty much like almost done stars are not being treated well while they're like on their last hurrahs. But specifically him, because when he left, it's like they didn't appreciate him. It seemed like there was more discourse about LeBron than there was like, hey, thank you, LeBron, for being here.
Yeah, I guess I get it from the sense of it was very clear that they were already ushering LeBron out while he was still there. Like, they were maneuvering from the time they got Luka, which makes sense because Luka fell into their freaking lap. But they very much made it known that once Luka was there, like, he's the next. And they made sure that while LeBron was here, they were still ushering in the next. And it's very similar to probably maybe how Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis feel, but they're not LeBron freaking James. At the same time, though, where I do push back a little bit is what we kind of laughed at and joked about, how this is a ego measuring contest, because remember how Rich Paul and his agency Clutch Sports made it sound, we're giving the Lakers permission essentially to move on without us. It's just an ego
The way
trip.
that it was done on their side, too.
And LeBron's been given tons of love and all the accomplishments and accolades, becoming the leading scorer all time in NBA history there, and they did a whole thing for him. So I don't think LeBron's been disrespected.
I think it is what it is. It comes with the territory. When you're at the end of your career and you draw attention, and a lot of times you draw attention to yourself, like, it is one of those things where you just pretty much, like, that's how it is. Like, people are going to probably not be as like, oh, LeBron, like, thank you for everything. And again, I'm sure there's a ton of people that appreciated his time there. But overall, I think it's just one of those things that...
Pick a side, any side.
I think it's one of those things overall that DeMarcus Cousins just kind of said it. He's old school, the way he feels about that kind of stuff. I think he felt they needed to do more when he was on his way out.
I know we have to break. This last one's been on the list for all week. I think it's a good one. Let's get to it real quick.
Iced tea or iced coffee in the summer?
I mean, it's easy for me. It's iced coffee. I don't like iced tea.
You don't? Even with like sugar in it and lemon?
I'm a lemonade guy.
Okay. You like the
I am
sugar.
very much like a lemonade. Yeah, lemonade, like in a mason jar, stuff like that, every day. But I've never found an iced tea that I'm like, yeah, I'd drink that. It's refreshing, but I'd never like drink an iced tea.
I found a good one I should bring in. It's in a can. I do like iced tea, but there is something about iced coffee that if I can get iced coffee in the summer, because it's so limited, I try to do it. Because usually even when I come in here right now, it's never hot coffee. It's usually iced. So I'd probably say iced coffee, but I do still like iced tea.
We'll take the break. When we come back, we've got Stephen Gillespie of No Ceilings joining us to break down the Kings' Summer League performances, especially from the rookies, and more next. We're halfway through the show. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Even among the most heated rivals, nothing brings people together quite like a little bit of turbulence.
When someone says, hey, there's an issue with the equipment, I don't feel particularly comfortable. And when they said equipment, I'm sitting on the aisle, and Frankie and I just slowly turn and look at each other, and we almost held hands to say, hey, you know what? Whatever will be, will be.
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Exercise and golf have been two important activities in my life. I opened Golf Fitness Solutions in 2013 to help my fellow golf enthusiasts improve their posture, relieve their pain, gain strength and endurance, and most importantly, hit the ball farther. From beginners to professionals, I've had success working with all ages and all skill levels, and I can help you too. Located in Carmichael, call us at 916-802-5175 or go to golffitnesssolutions.com.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner, locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. pestprosps.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
This is Matt George with your open update. Lone at the top of the leaderboard after today's first round. The American, Jackson Suber. He shot 5 under today. He's 1 stroke ahead of a 2-way tie for second place, including Sungjae Im and Daniel Brown. If you're looking for some of the bigger names on here, Bryson DeChambeau had a good day today, shooting 3 under. He's in a large multi-way tie for fourth place. Colin Morikawa also a part of that group. Scotty Scheffler finds himself tied at 14th as he shot 2 under today. The Open Championship coverage is brought to you by Golf Fitness Solutions. Move better, feel better, play better.
It's time for the lunch break. Your calls, your thoughts, your segment. Call or text us at 916-339-1140. It's the lunch break on Matt and Kayla.
Yes, indeed, it is lunch break time, and we're looking forward to being joined very shortly by Stephen Gillespie of No Ceilings. Jay, I realized that, he's on the phone. I realized that I did not give him Stephen's phone number, so he'll have to come and get that really quickly so we can call Stephen and bring him on, which we will do so very shortly here. But Stephen was out there with a lot of the No Ceilings crew. I think almost the entire group was out there at Las Vegas.
I wonder what their
Summer League.
Sack Shack looks like. Because they've got so many guys.
Yeah, they've got a whole.
They got to have like a whole
horde.
Complex.
They might.
Yeah.
They might put the Sack Shack to shame. Say that 3 times fast. My God. Speaking of the Sack Shack, we will hear more from Whitey Gleason.
Are we
Alan
doing crosstalk
Stiles.
today?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We'll find out. We just kind of just go with the flow here. Whitey and Alan will be broadcasting, regardless if they do crosstalk or not, at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock to 6 from Las Vegas. I can imagine.
Shack.
I can imagine they have a little bit of
Sack Shack.
I can imagine they have a little bit of fatigue as of now.
Oh,
because
that's a long time in Vegas.
A lot of time.
Mm-hmm. And it's been hot
in Vegas. So, yeah, it's been very tough. It's been hot around here.
It has. I think Alan mentioned it was like 108 yesterday. Here, I think it was like 103 or something. So 100s, regardless, that's a lot. So
I am actively giving Jay the phone number right now for Steven. Sorry, Jay, I didn't give this to you earlier. Here's Steven's phone number if you don't mind giving him a call for our guest list. Let's do it live on the radio while we're waiting.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get to our guy, TC, who's calling in. We haven't
phone.
heard from TC in a couple days. What up, TC?
Hey, Matt, Kayla, what's up?
Hey, TC.
Hey, man, we out here vibing. You know me. Hey, and you know I'm always coming with a twist. But when I talk, bro, I be speaking real, right? And I want to get at y'all on some real stuff. Listen to me. So I don't know if the Bobby Jackson situation, I don't want to speak too much, right? But I don't know if the Bobby Jackson situation was a situation with him and Scott and was like, hey, man, I want to be the Summer League coach because last time I was a coach, we won it. And let me get my hands on these guys. And I wonder if Scott was like, you know what, Bobby, I'm not going to do that. I want this cat, Chris Darnell, that I brought in. He's probably going to do that. And I don't know if him and Doug agreed on that, and they fell out. But I felt like at this point, I felt like Bobby could have been the Summer League coach. I don't want to pick and choose. I like Chris, but I just don't. He's kind of like a Luke Walton to me. And I know it's Summer League, y'all, but I'm probably the only Kings fan that's really caring about the Summer League. I wanted those guys really to continue to keep playing, bro. And I wanted them to play for something. And I also wanted them to get into the playoffs and have a shot at trying to get that title again. I know it's middle and it's small, but to me, bro, that's big. If Ata, Max, and Dylan, and these guys could have played together, build camaraderie, and then play for that championship like they did with Bobby, with Davion Mitchell, bro, that could be good for these dudes' development.
All right, TC, I appreciate the call. Yeah, we need to be careful about we have no idea why Bobby is moving on. We don't know whether it was his choice or not. We don't appreciate TC. We don't need to fabricate this idea that Bobby wanted to coach the Summer League team and they said no. They'd rather have Chris Darnell do it. By the way, typically you see guys get the opportunity to be the Summer League coach once, and then they typically move up and do bigger and better things. I was going to
ask.
Like Jordy Fernandez was the Kings Summer League team the first year Mike Brown was here. He was the Summer League head coach. Mm-hmm. He's now the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. Mm-hmm. Doug Christie was the head coach of the Kings Summer League team not too long ago. Bobby Jackson has done that before. He's also been the coach of the year and a really successful coach with the Stockton Kings. I don't know if Bobby needs it. So I appreciate TC. I understand where he's coming from. Dude, I think we're going a little too far off the deep end of kind of fabricating this. If that comes out and turns out to be true, then I guess TC had some intuition that nobody else has. But I don't feel comfortable personally speculating at all as to why Bobby Jackson is no longer here. He's a legend in this organization. He's a legend in this city. He's beloved by multiple people in that organization, including Doug Christie. So I don't think we need to go
TC
that
said,
far.
I can dig it, Matt and Kayla.
I appreciate it. We appreciate you, TC. I understand. I would love to have seen the Kings compete for a Summer League title, too. I don't think it's Chris Darnell's fault that the Kings Summer League team is. I mean, could the coaching be better? Sure.
Could there be a little more energy on the bench? Sure.
Sure. Chris Darnell's also, as the coach, I'm not saying he doesn't put his own spin on things as the coach, but there's a vision of Doug Christie's coaching staff that he is executing with his own twist on things. Sure. So I'm not too worried.
We love you, TC.
Not too worried about Summer League coaching. Appreciate you, TC. Joining us right now, one of the many incredibly talented members of the No Ceilings crew. I saw a picture of all of them at a long dinner table together in Las Vegas, taking in Summer League after months upon months upon months of hard work in the build-up to the draft. Stephen Gillespie joining us from No Ceilings right now. What up, my friend? How are you? It's so good to have you on the podcast. How was Las Vegas, first and foremost, before we dive into the details?
Oh, man, I could do a whole show if you want, just talking about, my first ever experience in Vegas. I mean, it was a good time, man. Like you touched on, got to link up with the majority of the No Ceilings family. So that was a lot of fun. And of course, the basketball was great too. How are y'all holding up?
We're good.
We have FOMO.
Yeah,
we have FOMO, Steven.
We didn't get to go, man. We had to watch from afar. So we've relied so much on, of course, our Sactown Sports crew that is out there, on the content that you and the rest of the No Ceilings crew has been putting out, from your written content and all this stuff about just your experiences, what you've witnessed in Summer League. And Summer League is so unique. It's such a basketball festival, and also our first look at so many of these rookies that you spent so much time talking about. So let's talk about it even more. Stephen, what did you think of, and what have you thought of Darius Acuff Jr. so far? He also got some California Classic experience on top of that, a couple of games in Sacramento before heading over to Las Vegas. The inefficiency has been a topic of conversation. The defense has been a topic of conversation. The shot making has been a topic of conversation, though, some of the tough shots that he's been hitting. How do you sum up what we've seen from the 7th overall pick?
Well, I mean, I wasn't like foolish enough to believe that he would just like come in day one and, just kind of like go scorched earth against everybody or anything like that. The biggest thing that I took away from watching Darius Acuff was that, one, he looks comfortable, like even though there was like inefficiencies, even though there were moments where the defense, wasn't spectacular. The thing that I would take away, if I'm a Kings fan, is that game over game, Darius looked more comfortable, and it felt like he got better in every aspect. Even the last game that I watched him play against Brooklyn, he was scoring off the ball. He was making cuts, diving to the basket, getting passes from big men like Maxime, working his way into gaining the familiarity, the comfortability within the system. That's what I took away from it. You can look at wins and losses if you want to. I don't particularly care so much about that for Summer League, but he just looked like he got more comfortable, and I would take a lot of solace in that.
Yeah, because I think, Stephen, when it comes to fans' reactions, we all look at it and have different expectations for rookies. But here in Sacramento, it's obviously like he is the one that is supposed to kind of catapult this organization, is kind of the feeling that fans, I believe, are feeling right now. But like you said, this is a new adjustment for him. This is NBA level. Like, how long do you really think it might take Darius Acuff Jr. to adjust to this level?
Well, I mean, it really just depends. I love giving that sort of a boring answer, like where it's, I can't give you like a clear-cut timeline, because if you look like even some of the greats in NBA history, it took them a few years, right? Like, look at Chauncey Billups, you look at your Steve Nashes of the world, it took them a little bit to gain that sort of level of comfortability. So even if it takes, Darius, his rookie season coming into his sophomore year, that's kind of normal, even for, Hall of Fame level talent, because the guard position carries so much responsibility.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that he was so inefficient, is because he's learning a brand new cast of characters around him, going from Malik Thomas, Trevon Brazile, DJ Wagner at Arkansas to now he's playing with, Nick Clifford, Maxime Reynaud, Dylan Cardwell, players like that, another rookie in Emmanuel Sharp. It's a whole different cast of characters with a whole nother level of skill. And that just, it can take time,
No Ceiling, Stephen Gillespie joining us right now. In addition to watching Darius Acuff Jr. very, very closely, with, of course, the expectation on his shoulders, Sacramento has been very, very pleasantly surprised and excited about the play of Emmanuel Sharp. And I know that is not just amongst Kings fans, it's also amongst the organization, right? The 45th overall pick is impressing coaches left and right. We had Henry Turner, former Sacramento King, on with us yesterday, and he shared with us just how impressed and how excited Doug Christie is about what Emmanuel Sharp brings. Of course, he's a player that the University of Houston loves, appreciates over there. What have you made of his performance and how NBA ready he appears, even as a second-round pick?
I mean, we shouldn't be surprised. You just talked about how he came out of Houston. Coach Sampson does a fantastic job of getting players through what's pretty much like the equivalent of basketball boot camp. Like they got to do so much to be in shape there. They have to sacrifice so much of like the ego that some of these young guys come into the team with. I mean, he was super hard on Kingston Flemings. He was the guy that he was most critical on and arguably their best player, but spoke glowingly of Emmanuel Sharp just because, he does all the little things, that contributes to winning. And we got to see him do a lot of those things in summer league. So I'm not surprised that so many people are fond of him. It was just, he's one of those guys where the situation had to kind of make sense for him to go into. And even, Sacramento, still got a little bit of a ways to go, but a lot of the roles around him make sense for him to come into and just do the things that he's really good at, defend, hit spot up threes, make good decisions with the ball in his hand. And we got to see a lot of that at Summer League.
Do you feel like it's hard right now to know with this roster still not like in complete mode? Because again, we don't know what this team is going to look like next year. I mean, I think it's going to be a situation where, Zach LaVine's probably going to be here. Domas is going to be here. And so there are still vets here that they're going to take some minutes away. Do you feel like at some point he can get into that everyday rotation?
I think so, just because, with the normal, grind that comes along with an NBA season, people are going to miss games and stuff like that too. So I think it's going to be easy for him to get a foot in the door. And as long as he can continue to do the things that we've seen him do at Summer League and at Houston, he's going to be able to carve out a role for himself, even though he's a second-round talent, just because the game is easy for him, you spot up, you defend, you make good decisions with the ball in your hands, and sometimes, sometimes for coaches, the thing that they look for is like, can you just go out there and not be, an embarrassment on either side of the floor, and you don't have to worry about that sort of thing with Sharp.
Alex Karaban started a little bit behind the 8 ball, had to do a little bit of catching up, unfortunately hurt himself in the first practice before the California Classic, so didn't get to play in that. Has played in the Summer League, and first few games was struggling to find his shot, to fit in. Coach Hurley from UConn talked about he seemed a little nervous, said, what the hell's wrong with you? You're fine. You've played in national championship games. This ain't nothing in Summer League. But yesterday, Karaban got a big opportunity with no Acuff, Maxime Reynaud, or Nick Clifford playing, and he responded in a major way. I know the Kings only scored 4 points in the first freaking quarter, but Alex Karaban himself shot the ball really well, 21 points, 5 of 7 from three-point range. And what impresses me the most just from a basketball standpoint, Stephen, watching him play, he's very, very good at moving off the ball, relocating, and finding open pockets of space on the perimeter. That's something that I think is going to make him very valuable at the NBA level.
Yeah, I mean, that's the UConn system in a nutshell, right? Is, finding the openings within the offense and making sharp decisions. And that's the thing that I think Karaban's going to be able to do once the game slows down. And I think, there's a great lead up into the question where it's talking about, it took him a little bit to get comfortable. Coach Hurley had to kind of do what he does best and, tough love him into being comfortable again. And that's what I witnessed when I saw him play is like it was kind of like his brain was moving faster than the court. And sometimes that's a good thing, but other times it's like it felt like he didn't see things that were there.
Yeah.
He's kind of running into where the defense already was and things like that, or not going up with the shot as soon as he caught it because he felt like he needed to move it to somebody else to get them a look. So I think that's the biggest thing for him is learning how to pick his spots as a pro and feeling like he's not stepping on the toes of others.
For some of these second-year players, now I know that Dylan Cardwell played yesterday, but Neek Clifford and Maxime Reynaud did not, and I don't think we'll see him Friday, maybe. I'm not sure. But I know we only saw Max, what was it, once? I can't even remember my days. Twice, yeah. Games. What did you feel like with that unfortunate performance by Max? I mean, he had that good first showing and then followed that up. It was a little rough, and I feel like it really, unfortunately, set the tone for that whole game that was really tough to watch.
Yeah, the biggest thing that stood out to me wasn't so much like the scoring or the defense or anything like that, but, big men are asked to do so much more in today's NBA than they ever have before. That's not to say that they're more talented or anything, but like when we think about traditional big men things, right, we think about screening, rebounding, protecting the basket, but you also have to pass the ball incredibly well and make smart decisions. And that's where I thought Maxime struggled the most, was like the pass placement, the timing on cuts and stuff like that. And if he can't really have the offense extend through him as a decision maker, then that kind of limits the sort of offense that Sacramento can run with him out there on the floor. So that was like kind of the biggest thing that I took away with Maxime was like, how is the offense going to continue through him as he grows beyond just kind of being a play finisher?
We got Stephen Gillespie joining us, part of the No Ceilings crew. One thing that your entire crew was talking about throughout this draft process, and it was never presented in a disrespectful way, but when looking at this incredibly talented draft in tiers, you talked about the top four. And we've seen how that top four has played in Summer League. And while Summer League doesn't mean everything, it sure looks like all four of those top four players, I'm talking about AJ DeBonsa, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, and especially Caleb Wilson with how good he's been with the Chicago Bulls in Summer League. It seems like all four of them are ready to live up to the hype of expectations with this draft class. How much did you enjoy watching those four put on a show in Sin City?
It was a real treat. And I think, too, not only did we watch them, but the competitiveness that each of them had. I believe Caleb Wilson, to your point, was at one point not even scheduled to play the last game that I watched him, but he had to go and convince, the GM Graham, like, hey, I want to get out there and play. And of course he acquiesced to his star players, so he was able to go out there and play. It's just been a lot of fun. These guys they're all talented. They all have like this inner competitive nature within one another. They can't help but talk about one another and try to put themselves above each other in these post-game interviews and stuff like that. It was so much fun to watch, watching Boozer try to assert himself as an offensive threat more consistently from the perimeter with Memphis this year was a lot of fun. Caleb, obviously, like setting the debut scoring record was a real treat too by just bombing away from outside, like more attempts in one game than he had all season long, which was fantastic to see. And just watching Darren Peterson and AJ DeBonsa like engage with their fan bases, like I know that's kind of like cheesy, but these are the franchise guys of the future. So seeing them interact with the crowds and of course like going after each other in games and stuff like that was a lot of fun.
What did you feel about the other point guard play? Because we clearly talked about Acuff Jr. because he's right here in Sacramento. I'm curious on your take of the other point guards that were, right up there in top 10.
Yeah, I think, for those who were selected in the top 10, Kingston Flemings, as soon as he was drafted to Atlanta, I was like, okay, this guy's going to immediately outplay where I had him ranked, because I was concerned, okay, if the team drafts him like a Sacramento or a Brooklyn, and he's got to be the offensive hub, is he going to be able to still be an impactful defensive player? Going to Atlanta, he could do that. So seeing him play, how consistent he was, how dominant he was on both ends was a real big treat. And I was really pleased by that. I would say, too, Braden Burries for the Milwaukee Bucks. I was kind of
surprised a little.
I was kind of worried about the landing spot, but him being kind of a ball dominant guard in that setting, I was like, okay, he's more immediately ready than I thought. So, and then of course Michael Brown Jr. I'd said all season long that this guy could be LaMelo Ball with defensive upside, and we got to see a lot of that too. So it's crazy how good all these guards are, even though we knew coming into the summer league that they were kind of like the identity of the class.
Real quick, anything about Wagler that I know in that first game, at least that I saw him in, clearly it was tough for him to get anything going. I mean, they were locked down on him. He didn't seem as confident, but anything you saw from him later on in summer league?
Yeah, I would just say the confidence from him as a shooter, that was kind of like the fallback, if he can't be like an immediate dominant, creator with the ball in his hand, he would at least be able to be a reliable floor spacer. So I think we saw that to a high degree too. Even in that Utah game where DP was locking him up for the first half, and the second, particularly in the third quarter, he just started filling it from deep and filled up the box score from there. So, even if he's not an all-ball guy, he's going to be able to space the floor reliably.
Steven, I'm very curious your perspective on this, because so much of the draft process is having the proper perspective for all elements, from the combine to how they played in the national tournament to their college numbers to everything. How do you balance what you take away from Summer League? Because so much of Summer League is built for overreactions. And of course, everybody hopes that their rookie looks amazing and doesn't want to panic if those rookies aren't playing well. We did an exercise earlier this week when we were looking at the inefficiency of Darius Acuff Jr., and we looked at some numbers around Summer League history. And if you go back and look at the numbers of Jalen Brunson in Summer League, not good. You go back, back and look at Austin Reeves' numbers, not good. Steph Curry's numbers, really not impressive at all in Summer League. Acuff had better numbers than most of those guys, if not all of those guys. And yet, there's just the panic of what does this mean for their NBA careers. There's a big difference between Summer League not counting and Summer League not mattering. Where does it matter in your mind?
Well, I mean, of course, just like everybody else, it depends on how I felt about the prospect coming into Summer League as to how important it is, right? But in all seriousness, I just think the biggest thing for Summer League is going to be the level of comfortability that the players have. I don't particularly care about the box scores. I specifically don't even really even watch the scoreboard, to be honest with you. I just, how comfortable do they look? You can look comfortable and not be the most efficient, because Summer League is the time for experimentation. There's some people who have a very specific to-do list or checklist, if you will. Hey, when we send you to Summer League, Cedric Coward, we want you to be an all-ball scoring guy, even though that's not what you did. Same thing for you, Carter Bryant. We want to see how much more studio space there is left for you to explore. So sometimes it's not the most efficient game, but how comfortable do you look into the role that the team has asked you to go out there and perform in? That's really what I care about.
Steven, we really appreciate you taking the time. Looking forward to having you back on in the near future. But can you and your entire crew get some damn rest? I mean, the draft is over. 2027 draft is a long ways away. Relax a little bit, all right? You don't have to start work right away for next year, although I very much look forward to it.
Well, I mean, I think we're going to take a bit of a breather. Summer League really wasn't even much more observing games as it was like connecting with people and stuff like that. But we'll try to get a little rest for y'all.
Well, we appreciate it because we need you ready to rock for next year's draft, too, because who knows, depending upon this draft lottery system, it could be a total psychotic, chaotic draft board, and something tells me the Sacramento Kings are going to care a lot about next year's draft, too, so we need you on your A game, but you guys always are. We appreciate you taking the time.
Hey, thank y'all for having me.
Thanks, Steven.
Steven Gillespie of No Ceilings, kind enough to join us. We'll take the break. When we come back, switching gears to football a little bit, before we get to Kayla's 2-minute drill, ESPN's Mike Tannerbaum says the 49ers should go after yet another veteran wide receiver. And if you've been listening to our show for a while, you know that I want this guy on the Raiders, so back off, Niners. We'll talk about that next on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA3 Weather Center. For your Thursday, we're looking at bright blue sky here in Northern California, and we'll feel a taste of that Delta breeze. That'll help drop temperatures a bit today. Highs more into the mid and upper 90s. We'll drop it back into the upper 50s overnight tonight as that cool, refreshing breeze increases. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696355.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new break you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-900-1717. 800-900-1717. 800-900-1717.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, what's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. I've heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were just so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 17,000 total net savings after $41.62 dealer discount and $11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th is net savings, sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 40. One of many. San Francisco's first championship parade.
After beating the Cincinnati Bengals to win their first Super Bowl, it was time to celebrate. January 25th, 1982, the first major championship celebration for San Francisco happened, and it was absolutely packed. The lead car featured owner Eddie DeBartolo, head coach Bill Walsh, and then Mayor Dianne Feinstein. They made their way down Market Street towards City Hall. In that 49ers' first Super Bowl victory, which led to the first ever major professional sports championship for the city, in what many called the biggest street celebration in the city since the end of World War II.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
If you want to be a part of the show on this Friday Junior, as we call it around here, also known as Thursday, you can, 916-339-1140. You can call or text that number, or, of course, feel free to hop into the YouTube comment section. But if you call in, you can be like Tim. What up, Tim? Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, Matt. Hey, man. Nice Raider shirt. I see you on the YouTube.
I appreciate you, brother. We're getting close, baby. It's our year, right? We can't be wrong every year.
Listen, man, you guys have always been kind of the laughing stock, but the Raiders, like, it's so exciting for them. New stadium, new general manager coming in, everything, man. They did like a clean sweep.
I appreciate it.
And you know, like with Fernando Mendoza winning the award last night, it's drawing a perfect pathway for him to just, he's about to step into his rookie season. He could go for Rookie of the Year. He can win so many more upcoming awards, and that could really change a whole franchise just by one player. You know, so he has a lot of weight on his shoulders already.
Yeah,
I feel like he could just build on top of this. SB.
Tim, I appreciate the call. He's referring to the college football or college player of the year. Was given to Fernando Mendoza last night. We'll talk more about all the ESPY Award winners a little bit later on in the show, but he's right. There is definitely a lot of pressure on Fernando Mendoza to save the freaking Raiders, which not a lot of people have been able to do. But at the same time, clearly with the acquisition of Kirk Cousins and things like that, the Raiders are going to take their time with him too, which is good. They've got a lot to figure out, and there's been a lot of false hope in the history of being a Raider fan, at least in my history of being a Raider fan, to have real tangible hope, not just from Mendoza, but the other moves that the Raiders made alongside that and what I thought was a very successful offseason. Makes you feel good going into the year, but hopefully it's not fake. It's got to be real this time, Kayla. It's got to be real.
Gotta see. Gotta have some patience.
Well, already those stinky 49ers, and I actually like the Niners. I cover the Niners closer than I cover the Raiders now, especially with my time at ABC 10. That's what you get when the Raiders leave. But the Niners are starting to apparently, or not really starting, but could be trying to snatch a guy that I want to see wearing the silver and black. This is ESPN analyst Mike Tannenbaum saying that he believes the 49ers should go and sign free agent wide receiver Stefon Diggs.
Free agent Stefon Diggs is still searching for a new home, but the receiver certainly doesn't lack any confidence. Mike T, what do you think is the best fit for Diggs?
Well, I look at San Francisco, and even though they added Mike Evans and drafted Stribling in the second round, I still think if they brought in one more veteran receiver for a team that's a win-now mode, I think you get 1 year out of Stefon Diggs, and San Francisco's done that over the years. So, again, past his prime, but come on in while Stribling develops. See what you have in Pearsall, who's been hurt. I think he can help the 49er passing attack.
He'd hardly be the oldest player in San Francisco.
I don't love it. I get what he's saying, like they're in win mode now, and what would it hurt to add a guy that you could probably get for a decent amount, and they have plenty of cap space.
Don't they have the most in the league?
Yeah.
Like 50-something million?
Yeah, so, I mean, they have whatever it takes to sign him. The problem that I have is, like, I truly feel like the 49ers is a fit type of team. And when you go there, they're looking for a certain type of player.
Yeah.
And I don't think with Evans there now, and they want time this season, they want to see these other receivers get theirs. They want to see these guys grow in the moment. And I think if you brought a guy like Diggs there, it's like, you've already heard it from him. He wants to be the number 2.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just feel like it would take away from some of the other guys that are still trying to, like, be guys there.
Right.
And I don't know, like, him and Evans there. I just feel like it's a little too crowded if you add a guy like that.
That would send a very, very maybe alarming message to what the Niners think about Ricky Pearsall. If they were to do something like this,
there'd be hell stuff we don't know about them.
They either don't believe in Ricky Pearsall or they just don't believe Ricky Pearsall is going to stay healthy.
Or there's something that we don't know
or
about.
He's already hurt.
Right. It's something lingering or something, which I hope is not the case. I want to see Pearsall be able to play a season because I think if he is able to be healthy, I do think he's going to get better. And I think he can become at least a number 2 for this team.
I think he can be.
I know.
I think he should be week 1 if he's healthy.
I just think they've already done that with the signings, a signing of Evans, of bringing in that vet.
Well, yes.
I don't think they need anything more in that category.
I agree.
I think Diggs would be more like, I need the ball. And right now, if you go to the Raiders, there's more room for that.
Well, the Raiders have nobody to throw to,
Right.
no disrespect, but they don't.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Raiders are not more heavily linked to Diggs at this point.
It could be, it could be a Diggs decision more than anything else. Like you've talked about, a lot of times these veterans like to.
They want to win now too.
They do want to win. That's a big thing too. But they also like to take their time before signing with the team to get out of as many mandatory mini camps and things like that as they can until
they'll wait till the last minute.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially for a player like Diggs, who you know exactly who you're getting. Been there, done that. He's staying in shape himself, getting his work in himself. I'm just here to catch the ball. I want him in Las Vegas because I think, as he showed with Drake May last year, he's good for a young quarterback. So he'd be a good, reliable target for Fernando Mendoza, and he'd work fine for Kirk Cousins. I agree with you. I'm hesitant because in San Francisco, you tell me if this is a bad plan for a team that's in the toughest division in football. When Ricky Pearsall plays, Ricky Pearsall is the best deep ball threat that team has. Mike Evans has the potential because of how freaking tall and athletic he is. But I look at Mike Evans as, we brought you in to be the red zone specialist. We brought you in to get those touchdowns when we're within 10 yards or 20 yards. Pearsall is the deep ball threat that Purdy connected with a couple of times when Pearsall was healthy, so there's some chemistry being established there. And if Pearsall gets hurt again, then Stribling is there to step into that number 2 role, and rookie, let's see how you perform. Like that.
Well, and he's an older rookie.
Right.
So I think he's more adaptive, on a fast, he's going to be adaptive on a faster level.
And while that would make me nervous as a Niner fan because of the injury history and the strength of the division. Do we really want a rookie as our number 2, or is that going to be good enough?
If he's up for the task, and in a Shanahan offense, you know how he dials up these guys.
That part.
He dials up plays.
If it's Kyle Shanahan running it, you would just have a little more confidence if he believes he's capable of holding that down while Pearsall's hurt again. Because until proven otherwise, like, the expectation should be that Ricky Pearsall is going to miss games. The the expectation should be that Mike Evans might miss games until proven otherwise.
Right.
That's just like...
But they can always go out, Matt, if there is injury to start the season or somewhat games in. Now, Diggs probably won't be there at that time, but they can go out and fill that need if be so. Like if they're that desperate because their team is getting hurt again, like you can go out and get some guys, but I don't think you should start with that mentality. Like, no, I don't think they should start with the mentality of like, oh, well, Pearsall's not going to be ready unless they really, truly know that there's something up. And if that were the case, I think we'd be knowing now that they were more linked to a Stephon Diggs type of player. Also, let's not forget, they so identified DeJon Stribling to the point that they had him higher than anybody else did on draft boards.
Right.
Because we broke down the draft with so many analysts, like looked at different boards all over the place, and he was never at that spot. And they went and identified him,
right,
and said, we're taking him at the top of the second. We traded down
multiple
because
times. That's
how confident I feel that Shanahan can be like, that's what I can utilize in this offense.
There's something about Stribling that he identified as that's what I need.
100%.
Because obviously he was the target.
Yep.
And we'll see how that plays out. By the way, let's use your example, because I don't think all of these names that are still available at wide receiver are going to be on teams to start the season. Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel, Curtis Samuel, DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
These are all still names that are available to where in the hypothetical situation like you talked about, if, God forbid, somebody goes down, God forbid, please no more of that. The Niners have paid enough. If somebody goes down in that wide receiver room and Stribling isn't ready, then maybe one of those guys will still be out there to at least hold it down for you.
Right, and I agree. All of them have tread on the tires, but so does Stephon Diggs. So it's not really a game changer. Like, you don't sign Diggs now. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Let's just hope everyone stays healthy. If not, there are some names that you can add to your roster.
Diggs is older than Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Diggs is 2 years older than Deebo. Now, DeAndre Hopkins and Keenan Allen are both 34. Diggs is 32. So, again, you're not talking about these guys as bring them in for wide receiver
but
one.
Hopkins proven that he can come on a team late, or he can be like that kind of 4 now, if you need 3-4, if you need him to be.
Here's your hypothetical scenario. It's week 6, right? The Niners are 4-2. It's week 6. Mike Evans is healthy. He's playing well. He's still your wide receiver 1. Ricky Pearsall gets hurt again. Who knows? He just gets hurt again. Stribling isn't ready. He's a third option wide receiver. He's just not ready for that number 2 option. There's just not enough there, and the Niners know that they can't have a drop off.
You also have, why am I I'm blanking.
Robinson? No.
Reset the market with the Jags a while back. Why am I just blanking it?
Well, they got Kirk. They got
Christian Kirk.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess maybe Kirk is the answer then, if they feel good about Kirk. But if they feel like they need a boost in a wide receiver scenario to hold it down for 4 weeks or something while Pearsall's nursing himself back to health, like all these guys are capable. Now, if they lose Mike Evans to injury,
then that's tough.
Christian McCaffrey, get out there. You're running routes.
But they're not. I don't think that you go into a season with that mentality. I think they feel comfortable with what they have to start the year.
I think it would be impossible for Kyle Shanahan to not imagine he's going. Well, every football coach knows they're going to deal with injuries. It's football. They go through car crashes every week. But I think Shanahan can feel confident that he shouldn't have to deal with anything like he just dealt with, but at least he knows how to.
Yeah, right?
If that makes sense.
He's probably got 16 backup plans on the back of his door.
Maybe. We'll take the break. When we come back, we got more football to talk. Kayla's 2-minute drill, including a new deal for Alvin Kamara in New Orleans. Of course, once a Saint, always a Saint. He's a Saint for life at this point. We'll talk about that when we return. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Carmichael Dave here. So proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have Pest Pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
Your concert lineup is stacked with can't-miss shows on the Sactown Sports Live events calendar. It all starts July 19th when country legend Willie Nelson takes the stage at Ironstone Amphitheater. Then Cole Wetzel rocks Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic July 24th. August heats up with Santana and the Doobie Brothers at Toyota Amphitheater August 8th. The Sacred Souls at Hard Rock Live Sacramento August 12th. David Lee Roth at Thunder Valley August 14th. And a huge night August 16th with Kane Brown at Ironstone Amphitheater and Toto at Toyota Amphitheater. Keep it rolling August 19th with the Black Crows and Whiskey Myers at Toyota Amphitheater. Ty Myers takes over Lake Tahoe Amphitheater August 22nd. September brings Sac Top for 2 back-to-back nights at Lake Tahoe Amphitheater September 11th and 12th. Then don't miss Leonard Skinnard October 2nd at Ironstone Amphitheater and Ashley Cook October 10th at Ace of Spades. Stay up to date with every show on the Sactown Sports Live events calendar. Find all the details at sactownsports.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Now through July 26th at Big O Tires, get $200 in savings on 4 select Michelin or BF Goodrich in-stock tires with installation purchase. Disposal fees extra. Savings include $120 instant plus $80 rebate. Not good with other offers. See Big O dealer for pricing.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
A good place to buy a new truck would be a place known as Truck Country. Folsom Chevy is Truck Country, and now it makes even more sense. Folsom Chevy is offering 0% financing for 5 years, no payments for 90 days on all new Silverado half-ton trucks in stock, and there's a lifetime warranty. Go to Folsom Chevy at the Folsom Auto Mall or go to folsomchevy.com. From the mountains to the levee, think Folsom Chevy. Together, let's drive. Must finance with GM on approved credit. $16.67 per 1,000 finance. Cannot be combined with other offers. Ends July 31st, 2026.
It's time for the 2-minute drill. Kayla Anderson has the ball, and she's taking us around the world of football. It's Kayla's 2-minute drill on Matt and Kayla.
2-minute drill. 2 days away from the opening of training camps, at least for rookies.
Crazy.
Here we go. Football. Almost here.
Let's do it.
It's time for Kayla's 2-minute drill. What we got, story number 1.
Here we go. I love that music. Love hearing it. Okay, let's start off with this, shall we? A little rework. You kind of teased it. Running back for the New Orleans Saints, Alvin Kamara, will play for the Saints in 2026 on a reworked contract. His agent confirmed that with the NFL Network yesterday. Quote, Alvin's goal and the team's goal was for him to remain with the Saints and to retire a Saint.
Cool.
So I really love this. By the way, Kamara's restructured deal will pay him a base of $6 million this season with a chance up to make like 8.5 in incentives. You know how that always goes, is how they structure it. This is really cool because I know Kamara's on the last part of his career.
Sure.
But it has really meant so much to him to play in New Orleans. And we saw it with a guy like Drew Brees. We saw it with a guy, and still a guy like Cam Jordan. Like, there's something about New Orleans. Speaking of, Jay Ross is down there right now, visiting his family. There's something about New Orleans, I will say, that if they can make it work with some of these big-time guys, they make it work. And that's really special because in today's NFL especially, I mean, these players bounce from team to team to team. It's hard to stay in one place.
When you think New Orleans Saints, you think Alvin Kamara. Like, you just do. He's just a name and a face that's associated with that organization forever. Now, help me out, Kayla. Is this his 9th season? How many seasons is this? Did it say? I remember reading it earlier.
Here. I'll have to look.
I want
to
say
see.
It's like his 9th.
I want to say it's going, or
Might be more than that.
Close to that because he's 31.
9th or 10th season or something like
Yeah.
that. Regardless, I celebrate longevity with running backs because that position is a revolving door, right? And anytime a running back, and has Alvin Kamara been Alvin Kamara of old for the last couple of years? No, he hasn't. But he obviously matters a lot to the Saints. He's still a very gifted, talented running back even at this age. And yeah, his career is sunsetting, but it's meant everything to the Saints and vice versa. I love stories like this and celebrating
Same here.
running backs who stay in the league for a long time and stay on top of their game for as long as Alvin Kamara was able to do so. So shout out to him. Congratulations to him. And it would be wrong to see him wearing anything other than a Saints jersey and helmet.
9 seasons confirmed.
There we go.
9
Yeah,
seasons.
drafted in 2017. Crazy how time flies, honestly. Okay, tag, you're it. We have kind of talked a lot about this, and it's really funny. I don't even know. Like, I saw this morning, and we brought it up yesterday.
Yeah.
Just by accident.
Yeah.
And we were talking about George Pickens because they came out with the execs and NFL coaches top 10 list, and obviously Pickens was on there, and
He
I was
number
like
6 or something like that.
yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, he's for right now playing under the franchise tag, but it has been made official, and the news came out yesterday late that Cowboys George Pickens in fact officially now will play under that franchise tag because the deadline was yesterday at 4 p.m. Eastern. So he's going to play under that $27.3 million franchise tender. This is what I like about this, guys. I have dogged on George Pickens in the past for the fact that there was some stuff coming out when he was at Georgia and he went to Pittsburgh that they had to really push this young man. And he really had to have some motivation without just maybe his self-motivation at the next level. And I was worried about him. Like, he was in some headlines with the Steelers, and I was like, is this player going to grow up? And I will say last year, going to the Cowboys, whether that be a new environment or playing with a guy like CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, something clicked with him. He had an outstanding year, but instead of being a diva, he's like, okay, I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to go out, I'm going to prove it to you. Now, hopefully he doesn't get hurt. But I really liked the maturity of this with him.
That's the scary part about the franchise tag,
It
though.
is.
It's just when you come off a great season, it's just like, I got to secure that
I
bag
know.
because I don't know when that hit is coming.
But he's not being a diva about it. He's not saying, I'm not going to play this year, or I'm going to make it this whole dramatic thing.
They got it done, which is good. Less
I
of a
respect
distraction.
it.
But boy, those Cowboys sure love that franchise tag, man.
All right, another best of the best edition. This one on Jeremy Fowler's list for execs and coaches he talked to in the NFL. It is going to be about the safeties. Safeties. We forget sometimes they're position 2.
They are. Last line of defense.
Kyle Hamilton leading the way with the Baltimore Ravens, just like last year. He is the number 1 voted safety amongst execs and NFL coaches. He's 25. He was ranked 1 last year as well. Really good safety. Love Kyle Hamilton.
Can I guess number 2?
Yeah.
Xavier McKinney?
No.
Damn.
That would be Derwin James Jr. of the Los Angeles Chargers, who, by the way,
it's one of the
the
few safeties
Niners
that
will see a lot of.
It's like one of the few safeties that I really know and understand.
Sorry, I was thinking Rams.
Yeah.
The Chargers.
Yeah. Xavier McKinney. He's like one of the few
Well,
safeties that I know.
Guess what? He's number 3 on that list.
Hey, Xavier.
26 years old, still really young. He was ranked 3rd last year, too, so he stays in the same spot. Brian Branch of the Detroit Lions is coming in at that 4th spot. Another young safety. He's 24. Jesse Bates, the 3rd of the Atlanta Falcons. He is 5th on this list. Nick, I can never even say my own guy's name. Eminwari. There we go, Kayla. You can say it. Eminwari. Love him. He's been so good for the Seahawks. Obviously, a big part of that defense. He's 22 years old, too, by the way. So, Eminwari's going to give that division fits. He's 6, and Antoine Winfield Jr. of the Bucs is 7. Buda Baker, one of my favorites to do it at the age of 30.
I was going to say, he's up there now, isn't he?
Buda's 30 years old. He comes in at 8. Kirby Johnson, 9. And Kalen Bullock of the Houston Texans rounds out the top 10.
There you go. Last line of defense, the safeties.
So I think for tomorrow, I have this fun thing. Maybe we can do it in a segment. They've put the best quarterback scenarios and the worst quarterback scenarios.
Oh.
We've got 2 lists out now. So I was thinking we should do that tomorrow for a segment because it's kind of fun.
Let's do it.
And when you really look into some of these quarterback rooms, you are either going, oh, that's good, or oh, no.
Yeah, I can think of a few on the worst easy.
Yeah. I thought that deserved a segment.
We'll do that tomorrow. Absolutely. We will do that tomorrow because coming up next, we're going to play, I don't know if it's a game. I called it like or dislike, and then Kayla said, no, we got to call it yay or nay.
Yeah, that has a ring to it.
Yay or nay. But we're going to talk about all of the top performers on the Kings Summer League team and list the thing we like, the yay, and the thing we don't like, the nay, that we've seen from each one of them. Just one positive, one negative. One thing we liked, one thing we didn't like from Darius Jacob Jr., Emmanuel Sharp, Alex Caravan, and others. That's all to start the final hour of the show. And who should play on Friday, tomorrow, versus the Charlotte Hornets in the Summer League finale? We'll discuss that as well. 1 hour left. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
The top young talent is on display at NBA Summer League, and Sactown Sports has boots on the ground. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, presented by Power Business Technology. And stay locked into SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube channel for the latest on every game, every practice, and all things Kings this summer. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. I've heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were just so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties. Plus, save thousands more with 0% financing for 60 months.
Wow. $14,000 off MSRP and 0% financing. That's crazy.
At Hoblet, our goal is to get you the hard-to-find heavy-duty truck you need at the best price possible. Plus, we have over 600 Rams available.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now, unbeatable interest rates. $14,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after $9,500 dealer discount and factory incentives. Incentives include $500 on-the-job upfit with eligible upfit, $1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of business ownership, $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, 0% financing for 60 months on approved credit through SFS, $16.67 per thousand borrowed, 10th net savings. See dealer for details.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
It is time for your open update here on Sactown Sports. I am Matt George, and let's take a look-ski at the leaderboard. There is one man alone at the top of the mountain after the first round. That is American Jackson Suber. He shot 5 under today. A two-way tie for second place belongs to Sungjae Im and Daniel Brown. Big names to keep an eye on. Bryson DeChambeau, really good game for him. He's 2 strokes behind the leader, shot 3 under today, as did Colin Morikawa. Then you keep going down the list. Scotty Scheffler, 2 under on the day. Excuse me, slight mistake. Colin Morikawa is actually 2 under for the day, not 3 under. Alex Fitzpatrick, 1 under today, as is Tommy Fleetwood and the Spaniard, John Rahm. Open Championship coverage is brought to you by Golf Fitness Solutions. Move better, feel better, play better.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Kayla, I almost blew the open leaderboard spot that I have to do today because we were distracted by Whitey's Wake Up, where he's talking about the 3 kinds of overreactors. Yeah. Well, we heard like the first one and kind of the second one. I'm curious what the third one is.
Same here.
Go and check that out. Also, apparently Whitey doesn't like scorpions. So if we know...
They're crazy little creatures.
Yeah, they look terrifying.
They are.
They look horrifying.
Don't get stung by one.
Why would I?
Mm.
And where would I ever be in a position to get stung by one?
I lived in Arizona. There's plenty of them
rolling
down
around
there.
in the desert?
Yeah, they like the desert.
Hell no.
And tarantulas. Yes, sir.
Actually, I kind of... Is this weird? I think tarantulas are kind of cute.
I don't think they're cute.
They're so fuzzy.
I'm not scared of those. I'm scared of other spiders. I'm not scared. I've held a tarantula.
They're so cute.
I'm not scared of like furry big spiders.
Yeah.
I'm scared of like anything smaller than that.
Yeah, like black widows, scary as hell.
Yeah, it's just.
There's one like chilling near my golf clubs in my garage one
It's
time.
icky.
I got rid of the golf clubs.
The smaller, the creepier.
Yeah, no.
In my opinion.
That little red hourglass on
Yeah.
them. Nope. Nope.
Blech.
You gonna kill me? I'll kill you.
But tarantulas, yeah, I'll have them as a pet. No big deal.
I think snakes are fine too.
Yeah, I'm cool. I've held a snake. I've put a snake around my neck.
Neck, yeah.
Mhm.
I've never done like that big, but I've definitely held snakes before. I have no issues with snakes whatsoever. But like if I'm walking past a bush and I start hearing a rattle going off,
Now that's a different story.
I'm running for the freaking hills.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You're not
I
gonna
don't
be
care.
like, oh, the goody snake.
Oh, it's like a baby rattle. It's so
Yeah.
cute. Nope, venomous, gonna kill me.
Yeah,
I'm out.
You go for the hills. You run for the hills.
I'm gone. Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
You know what sound bothers the absolute hell out of me? Well, there's multiple sounds.
Me
but
doing baby talk to my dog.
That's towards the top of the list, which Kayla just did during the break. I will not repeat what she said. Sounded kind of like that. Have you ever had like a bee or a fly right past your
Yeah.
ear and you just hear
For sure.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
That's creepy.
Get away from me.
That's
That just sound if it's just like a drive-by bee. Hell no.
Drive by being.
Drive bee. I don't know. Worth a shot.
We sound like drive guys.
Drive.
Drive bees in the afternoon.
Well, anyway, we know that Scorpions, no go for Whitey Gleason.
Yeah.
So
Don't
if
think
you-
they're on anyone's cute list.
So if you have a Scorpion,
I'm surprised I haven't seen them down there. Honestly, they're in the desert. They have scorpions in Las Vegas.
I've been attacked by a swarm of yellow jackets before.
hell no. What did you do?
no.
Did you jump in water?
I hopped over a fence and took off so fast. They
Yeah.
hit both my ears super quick, and before I realized what was even happening, I
That's
look up
wild.
and there's like a swarm. Literally like on cartoons how they swirl around you.
Yeah.
I saw that and I just took off.
Did they get you?
They got me on my ears. It was
Oh,
weird.
ow.
Bow, bow. I was like, what the hell's happening?
Good thing you weren't allergic to it.
I was gonna say ears pierced. You got you got earrings.
Well, it was on the
Yeah.
top of my ears.
Oh, well, you could do that too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, bees are the one that they seem to surprise you in terms of like they'll just get you.
I can't just eat a burger outside in peace without those damn meat
Meat-
bees
meat
showing up.
bees.
Screw you, man. Let me eat my burger.
Mm-hmm.
Inconsiderate bee.
They want a piece of that meat.
Pause.
Jeez Louise.
What?
You said
A good steak, a
no,
good burger?
No, that's not that. Stop
Hey,
it.
yo.
Yeah. Yes. Don't isolate that either.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Well,
Are we playing yay or nay?
brought to you by horses. You can call it yay or nay if you want.
I like that. It's a ring to it. Yeah.
That's the Kayla's new sound effect. Trying to get us back on track, Anderson. The idea of, it's not even a game, just the idea of this exercise is to identify one thing, and we're probably all going to be different, but one thing about Darius Acuff Jr., Emmanuel Sharp, Alex Caravan, Maxime Reynaud, Nick Clifford, Dylan Cardwell, and Jonathan Mobo, how they've played in Summer League and the California Classic that we really liked, and one thing that we disliked, or one thing that has us concerned, or just one thing, because there's always good and bad with everything. The idea is to be kind of objective and even keeled with some of the things that we've seen in Summer League. So let's start with the main guy. Let's start with Darius Acuff Jr. Let's go with like first. What is it your yay first for Kayla? What have you seen first that made you say yay with Acuff?
His vision on the court. I love it. I think it's only going to become more elite the more comfortable he gets with his teammates. And that is a really, really good part of his game.
I think the thing that I've liked a lot about Darius has less to do on the court and more to do with what he's saying off the court, because for some reason, like you and I have talked a lot about, Acuff has become kind of polarizing off the court. From the things he said on the Draymond Green podcast before he was drafted.
I don't think he means to.
No, he's not. But his demeanor and people thinking like he lacks passion or he looks nonchalant, he looks bored. I think people, for some reason, are making a lot of assumptions of who Darius Acuff Jr. is by the way he carries himself and by the way he sounds. Now, let's be completely honest, because we work in show business. We work in entertainment. Darius Acuff Jr. is not a good interview. He's not. Doesn't matter.
He could get better, right?
Dylan
But
Cardwell's a phenomenal interview.
He's never going to be Dylan Cardwell.
Right. And we love Dylan because we love the personality and things of that nature. But just because Dylan is more outgoing and comfortable and extroverted than Darius Acuff Jr. is does not mean he cares more about basketball or anything like that. I've really enjoyed hearing Darius Acuff Jr. take responsibility and take ownership of when he hasn't played well. And the obvious standard that he holds himself to, I only think is a good thing. Now, eventually, if we heard that nonstop over the course of a season, it would get a little like, okay, at what point are you going to actually step up? Because saying my bad so many times, you only have so many my bads, right? That's going to come. But to see that Acuff has a standard that he held himself to, a true nonchalantness, in my opinion, Kayla, would be after a game like that going, we won, it's fine. It wasn't fine for him. He's like, thank God we won the game. At least we won the game, but I got to be better.
Yeah.
Like, that matters to me.
Absolutely. And I think, too, that is going to, the more comfortable he is with Sacramento, with his team, with the NBA, it's all going to progress. He's going to come out of his shell a little. We're acting like this guy isn't a human, like he's a robot.
Yeah.
I saw him celebrate and when it was getting close at the end of the game and his hands were flailing and like he was passionate, like he will show that more and more the more he gets comfortable. But I think right now we just don't see a lot of who he is because he is more kind of a protective personality until he feels like he can let people in.
Does he remind you guys of Brunson? He reminds me a lot of Brunson.
Yes, and Brunson's still to this day not really the most outgoing.
That's what makes him and Josh Hart so fun.
Right. And if you know him, he trusts you, like I think it was Lisa Salters he's known for so long. And when she does the interviews, like she can get a little bit more out of it, right?
Right.
I think it's just a matter of trust with some of these players because they are just all about ball and they just don't want to focus or have things spun about them.
Yeah.
Because the more they talk, the more things are going to get spun about them.
Or some people just don't like to talk.
Yeah.
Some people
and that's
just
okay.
express themselves in other ways. The shy kids in school or whatever. Like, not everybody is extroverted. Not everybody is going to behave the same way you behave or talk the same way that you talk. And that doesn't mean that they are any less impassionate or anything like that. I think we need to always be very careful with the personalities of players when we do not know them. That's something that I learned very, very closely in this industry. Because when you get the opportunity, one of my favorite things to tell people when they ask what's it like to talk to professional athletes, they're people.
Yep.
And my favorite conversations that I've ever had with players had nothing to do with their sport.
Same here. That's how I build all my relationships with players.
Because you bond over other things. Because, to be fair, they kind of get so sick and tired of their world that to talk about anything else is fun.
But then when you do build that relationship and you have to ask questions that have to do with the game,
they know where it's coming from.
They're more what is the word I'm looking for? They're more so going to volunteer things than hold them back.
Yeah, they won't withhold. They're more comfortable.
There we go. That's the word I was
definitely
looking
more
for.
comfortable. Jay, you're swagged out and head to toe in Kings gear over there. Do you have like one thing with Darius Acuff Jr. from what you've seen that you really like?
I for a young person, I do like his shooting ability.
Yeah.
And he might not have showed it much in Summer League, but he just seems like he's going to be a really good shooter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people have
Doesn't
pointed
go
out.
away.
A lot of people have pointed out too, like his efficiency hasn't been good, but he's made some really, really big, like
impressive
shots that you're like, okay, I see it. We just need more of those.
And probably his ability to make tough shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, this kind of leads perfectly into the thing that I didn't like from Acuff. The one thing is like the standing up on defense that I just think happens too much and him kind of wandering around, but that's too easy. Offensively, we know how much expectation is on his shoulders, and I think one of the things we've seen him get better at over the games that he's played is forcing less tough shots. A lot of his shot selection I have not liked because I think he was just like, I got to be me, and I've made these shots in college, so I got to make them here. Shooting less, but being more efficient is better than shooting the ball 29 times. I appreciate that he's fearless, but some of his shot selection was bad. It's gotten better as Summer League has gone on.
Yeah, and that's fair. And I think, again, that's just like getting used to everything. And everybody's going at their own pace in Summer League. Not everybody's Caleb, right? Not everybody is AJ.
Right.
I wish, like, that would make things a lot easier. But I think that will get better. Like, his shot selection, I do feel like that he'll grow into that for sure. For me, I do want to say, because it's something that Scott Perry has mentioned a lot, and I don't think it's Acuff's fault. It's just a new league. He's going to have new habits.
Yeah.
I think he needs to get in a little better shape.
Yep.
I think he needs to put on just a little more muscle, just get a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm losing my words today, obviously. Cardio, like he needs to get everything kind of up to par
Yeah,
for the
just
NBA
needs to
level.
get in better shape.
Just needs to work on that the rest of the summer. And
Conditioning.
Conditioning. No fault to him because he's coming straight from all of this stuff that he's been doing.
He hasn't played basketball in like 3 months, too.
Right. And so I think that's just something that will also be easy for him because he is a pro and he's going to do things. But right now, I think I saw a little of that on the court that I was like, yeah, you can work on your conditioning a little.
Sure sounds like conditioning is going to be a point of emphasis. With Scott Perry saying elite conditioning as much as he has, that's going to be I think we're going to see a lot of track meets in training camp in Sacramento this year. Let's move on to Emmanuel Sharp. Let's start with, there's a lot of yays. There's a lot of things to like about what we've seen from Emmanuel Sharp.
Scrappy as hell. Emmanuel Sharp is ready to go play in that position, in the capacity he's needed. So when they want to put him out there, he knows his role. Like, he knows what he has to do. He's not threatened by anybody. He played at Houston. We've heard it from our guest earlier, Stephen Gillespie, that Kelvin Sampson is very, very like military-like in his system. And he's played at Houston for a minute now. Like I think he played 5 seasons. So he's more than ready to jump on the court. He knows his role. Yeah, there's not a high ceiling because he's already kind of knows what he needs to be.
Yeah.
But when you put that guy out there and defensively just to have a piece like that when you need to put him in, at least we know like what he's going to give, and we know it right now.
Mine kind of builds off of yours a little bit. Dude doesn't quit on any play.
No.
Like he flies around the perimeter. His help defense is everywhere. He'll do an aggressive closeout and or bite on a pump fake, hit the ground, turn right back around and get back involved in the play. There was the play from, again, it was unfortunately in a blowout, but he played his best game in that blowout loss to Brooklyn a couple days ago. But did you see the play? And Brendan Nunez got an amazing angle of it. He's literally falling backwards. He's falling down, and he pokes the ball away and generates.
That's one of the best steals I've seen.
Like he does not
over the
quit
weekend
on plays.
Nah.
Like Doug Christie, what Henry Turner said yesterday. Doug Christie is going to love this dude because he just fights. He knows what got him to the league. He knows what's going to keep him in the league. And the Sacramento Kings, like that screams what Scott Perry's been talking about. And that's what you need from a team that, let's be honest with you, is not going to celebrate victories as much as they would like to this season. You need to have someone who's just not going to stop fighting on any play. And Emmanuel Sharp brings that.
I love him. I think he's been probably the winner for the Kings in Summer League. Like he's been
the biggest winner,
the biggest winner, most consistent, I would say, overall. Now, he's had his days where he hasn't shot particularly well or the 3 ball hasn't landed. And I think that, Matt, you question like how good and reliable can that be offensively? But again, we are looking at a team that is defensive deficient. And so that when I see a player like that, I'm really just caring right now about that. And then on nights that he can hit that 3 or he can get that going from beyond the arc, then that's a bonus.
The nay for me, or the one thing that I don't like, is I think he floats too much in his jumper. He very rarely took threes where he was set.
Yeah, you've said
he was always kind of leaning. Now,
does he change that though?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's part of his shooting motion. I also think he's quick and he's trying to get rid of the ball quickly versus just kind of setting his feet and going.
Sure.
It's got like when he was hitting all those threes against Brooklyn, his feet were set for the vast majority of them. And some of them were deep threes, but his feet were set. When I watched him in the California Classic, I swear he was moving to the left or the right every single time he shot.
Interesting.
Every single time.
Interesting.
And getting that set base is like shooting 101 at the NBA level. So that's just something that I noticed that I expect he's going to work on. And it's not, if that's the biggest gripe that I have with a player, then he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, you're not going to completely change the way he shoots the ball. But like you said, if he can maybe stay set a little more, and maybe he does, that's something that he's never really had to focus on.
Yeah.
So those are just things that, again, he doesn't have the highest ceiling, that he needs to work on all these things and he can get, even better. But these are little things that can just make his game just a little bit more.
What about you?
That's the 3-point. The 3-point shooting. Just how consistent can he be? And I think you're right. Maybe with some of those tweaks, we could see a little bit more efficiency over a body of a season.
What about Alex Karaban for you? That you like first?
I do believe that once he calmed down and realized like this moment isn't too big for him. You did see that confidence in him that he could be the guy that at times on the floor could be like, okay, we can turn to him. He's done it before. We can get the ball in his hand. He's done it before.
Yeah.
But it took a minute to get there. I believe, though, that is who he is.
Yeah. Mine kind of builds off that, too. I've talked about it a lot in the first segment of today's show. If you missed that, what stood out to me the most about Alex Karaban's 21-point game yesterday was that he does a really, really good job moving off the ball and relocating to open space, but that is a branch off of basketball IQ. And that's so much of the reason why we know the Kings drafted Alex Karaban, is because he has such a high basketball IQ because of all the winning that he did at UConn. The way UConn plays is very read and react and kind of a freelance system, so you have to know where everybody's supposed to be and how to move and react to everything that is happening on the court. That makes Alex a very smart player. It took him a little while to, I think, understand what he was supposed to do and how he was supposed to be impactful.
Good point.
We saw it yesterday when it was obvious that they needed more scoring out of him. Okay, where's that middle ground? Because they need you to be that scorer and that three-point shooter, but they can't just have you fade into the background. And that also kind of leads into my gripe that I have is I think in those first couple of games when Alex, I couldn't tell you what Alex was doing. It wasn't noticeable. And that worries me on a roster like this that's going to have so many younger players trying to prove themselves and so much tinkering and figuring out going on. He's going to get his opportunities, but if you fade into the background and get forgotten in the midst of a rebuild or a retool or a hybrid rebuild, as Alan wants to call it, or whatever you want to do, if you get lost in the shuffle, it's easy to move on from you. So I just want to, I'm worried about Alex fading into the background a little too much in his first couple of games.
On a younger roster like this, where you're still going to have vets, though, in prominent positions, but then it's kind of like these younger guys are battling for minutes. And you're right. My whole thing was, where does he fit with what they're doing right now? Because he is more mature and all this stuff, but he is like, he's not the most athletic. He's not the fastest. Like, where will he fit in this everyday rotation now with this team now that's still a little funky? It's still a little bit of a tweener.
We're running low on time, so I'm going to save the second-year guys, Max, Neek, and Dylan, to tomorrow. Last one we'll talk about is he's a third-year guy, two-way guy, Jonathan Mobo. He's been really impressive, too.
I mean, anything you need on the boards, baby. He's got the size, whatever he brings, with something with the energy when he's on the court.
Yep.
There's just, he's experienced it more than some of these guys are. But just to have, that big body and just to be able to clean up on the glass, he's definitely somebody who I think eventually could get converted to a full contract.
Yep.
But
the athleticism shines through. That's what it is for me. He's just a superb athlete. He jumps out the gym. He flies around. He's what Emmanuel Sharp brings in terms of effort. He brings, but he's just 4 or 5 inches taller. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
He
doesn't play scared.
He jumps out the gym.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't play scared. He's going to give Doug Christie an option off of his bench that he can rely on. I need hustle, I need energy, and I need some size and some length. Yep. Okay, I've got Jonathan Mobo. I don't want to speak for you. I think both of us are probably going to have the same concern, which is just what is the bag offensively? Because it's okay to be one-dimensional to some extent, but that's going to hold you back from actually being a part of the rotation. If offensively it's 4-on-5 because Jonathan Mobo's out there and outside of a putback dunk, you're just not getting anything out of him. He's going to have a really hard time being able to stay on the floor to make the impacts that we've seen in the California Classic.
So what's his best bet in terms of what would you like him to focus on specifically on the offense if he could do it?
I don't,
because I've not focused in a lot on his offensive game, like you mentioned. It's not like we've seen a lot of Mobo.
Yeah, his floor spacing, floor spacing is what's most important for a team like Sacramento that's going to have so much movement to it. The problem is he's a career 23% three-point shooter in the NBA.
So that's not really
not really part of his bag unless it's a corner three. But Mobo can get downhill. He can attack the basket. He can catch lobs. I think where Mobo's offense is going to come from is when you create those stops, when you create those steals, when you have those block shots, your ass is flying down the floor and you're getting ready to attack the rim. I think he can be an aggressive rim attacker at that. And when I talk about he needs to have an offensive game, you get 6 points a night out of the dude.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You're thrilled.
Yeah.
But it just can't be every time he touches the ball on offense, he's looking around who do I give it up to? And we've seen the confidence from him as a third-year player in Summer League, which he should have. If he was timid, I'd be worried. We've seen the confidence. Will that translate to if he's getting rotational minutes in Sacramento? I don't know. That's probably why he's a two-way guy.
Yep. They got to test it.
One of the things he has to work on. Again, we'll do. We'll talk about Maxime Reynaud, Neek Clifford, and Dylan Cardwell in this context tomorrow. When we come back, let's run through the SB winners from last night, plus the regular season schedule for the Athletics is out for next season. We know theoretically when they're supposed to be playing, but will games actually be played because of the lockout coming? That is to be seen. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
His summer league experience started slow. But Kings rookie Alex Caravan showed up in a big way against the Celtics. With just one game left in Las Vegas, will the former UConn star keep the momentum rolling against the Hornets?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA3 Weather Center. For your Thursday, we're looking at bright blue sky here in Northern California, and we'll feel a taste of that Delta breeze. That'll help to drop temperatures a bit today. Highs more into the mid and upper 90s. We'll drop it back into the upper 50s overnight tonight as that cool, refreshing breeze increases. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026. From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Maida Subaru says yes to big savings on the new Subaru you want during the sizzling summer sales event on now. Visit MaidaSubaru.com today for special spring savings on over 225 new and certified pre-owned Subarus.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovery. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
We started today's show with Kayla wanting to reiterate or take another shot at a question that one of our loyal listeners and callers, Dwayne, asked her yesterday about Darius Acuff Jr. being a perfectionist. Kayla believes Darius Acuff Jr. is a perfectionist, and Dwayne asked her why. She, I thought, gave a fine response yesterday, but Kayla, being a perfectionist herself, wanted to perfect it. She thought about it last night. That's how she started the show. Well, look at this. Towards the end of the show, guess who's here? Dwayne is back. Dwayne, did you hear the start of the show? Did you hear her second response to your question?
No, I didn't get that, but I'm definitely going to rewind it. But why don't you go ahead and run it back for me, Kayla?
Okay, so I was telling the audience, because some of the people that did not tune in yesterday might be going like, what the heck is going on? But you had called and you were like, you've mentioned that you think, now Darius never said this, but you think Darius Acuff Jr. might be a bit of a perfectionist. I would call myself a bit of a perfectionist. Some people in their hobbies might call themselves perfectionists. So I wanted to make sure that the actual definition was correct. So a perfectionist is a state of supreme excellence, completeness, or flawlessness. It denotes a degree of quality or accuracy that is unsurpassable. Whether applied to art, mathematics, or daily life, you can put sport in there, it represents an ideal standard when nothing substandard remains. So with saying that, Dwayne, I think the way I look at perfectionists, though, is in reality, no one's perfect, right? So perfectionists, though, seem always to go back to the drawing board because they're not happy with their performance. And even when their performance is good, they'll find something that's not good about it. So I just believe Darius is probably one of those guys that he looked at his overall experience in Vegas, his performances, and he's like, this is not going to be good enough. He's going to go back to the lab. He's going to work on it. It's never going to be perfect, but I think for him, the hope is that these things he's going to have to get better at, no doubt, he's going to get better at. It's just going to give a little bit of time to do that.
All right. Can I get a response? Can I give a response to that before I go to my take?
Fire away.
Yeah. So that's hogwash. You can't call a guy in basketball. You can't call a guy a perfectionist who doesn't play both ends of the court. It's that simple. And he's not going to learn to play defense at this level. That's ridiculous. You're not going to learn to play defense on the NBA level, bro. It's going to be a problem. Hey, so enough about that. Hey, Matt,
Yo.
I know what you're doing now, bro.
Me?
You're doing that sound bite, Dwayne. You're doing that sound bite I got over on KMBR, huh?
No, I ain't doing that. What'd I do?
Yeah, she talked to Tim or something. I know you guys topped it up like that. I got a soundbite over there. That's your Dwayne. That one. I hate that thing, man.
Oh,
that's not on our show.
I got nothing to do with a soundbite over
sure.
here. I ain't in control of that.
Show.
I ain't in control of that.
Listen, I think I need a soundbite over here on 1140.
Oh,
man.
you're saying you need one. You're saying
gotcha,
you need
gotcha,
one.
gotcha.
We can make that happen. We can make that happen.
That, man.
We'll negotiate that. We'll negotiate that.
Do it for me. Hey, listen, about the Kings, man, a couple things, bro. Somebody tell Alan Stiles there's no such thing as a hybrid rebuild.
We've been trying.
I'm tired of hearing that, bro. That's out, bro. I mean, there's no such thing. And if you are going to try something like that, you better be real smart about it. It's not like this organization's been smart about anything. Also, Dylan Caldwell, bro. Dylan Caldwell. That guy's a goofy, bro. That guy's awful. What do you guys see in that guy?
What do you mean? Okay, Dwayne. Now if Dwayne, you hating on Dylan Caldwell, you lose me. You lose me. And you take shots at anybody else. You take shots at Dylan Caldwell, now you're crossing the line, Dwayne. Dylan Caldwell's awesome. He's a great energizer. He's a good rim protector. He's aggressive. He adds physicality. He can rebound the basketball. He's exactly what the Kings have been looking for forever. Now, to be fair, it's in a undrafted package. We're talking about a backup center probably, which I think Dylan is more than comfortable being that. I think he's aware of that's what is at the NBA level. If you could take the skill sets of Dylan Caldwell, add some shooting and stuff on top of that. Oh, wait a minute. That was the second overall pick, Chet Holmgren. Oh, wait a minute. That's Victor Wembanyama, even though, Caldwell's not 7'5", but you get my point.
Right.
Like that talent is really difficult to find, but you see the importance of like a Mitchell Robinson with the New York Knicks. And is Dylan Mitchell Robinson yet? No. Can he be after what we've seen in one season? I think so. And the guy that drafted Mitchell Robinson sees the same thing in him. Sure. So I'll trust the guy that drafted Mitchell Robinson. Dwayne, love you.
By the way,
how dare you with Dylan Cardwell?
You know I'm going to have a rebuttal.
Oh, yeah.
So I loved, by the way, I don't know if you meant to do this, but that was hogwash. I don't know if he meant that because, Darius is a former Hog of Arkansas.
Yeah.
So what I will say is, no, perfectionists aren't good at everything. No one's ever good at everything. Was I great at math? No, but I'd work as much as I could to try to do the best I could. And that was a B for me.
So here's the teensy tiny area where I think I kind of understand where Darius Acuff Jr. is coming from because I'm curious your thoughts on this.
You mean Dwayne?
Sorry, what did I say? Darius?
Yeah.
Sorry, Dwayne. I kind of understand his point being like, how can he be a perfectionist when we've seen plays defensively where he's basically standing there at times kind of just wandering around where it doesn't look like he's fully giving his all on that end of the court.
This is also the start of Summer League. This is also the start of his career.
Sure.
So I would like to see, because I don't like that either, that does need to improve. The effort does need to be more on the defensive part of his game. He's never going to be great. But can he still be a perfectionist, like go in and work at it and improve? I'd think he'd want to.
So let me ask you this question, because I've actually thought about this, and this, I think, is wounded Kings fan syndrome. I acknowledge it ahead of time. This is something that I genuinely am a little bit worried about, and we saw this at times, especially with De'Aaron Fox. Now, Acuff and Fox are two very different people, very different players. But there were times with Acuff or with Fox that, like when the Kings weren't playing well, or when you get into the monotony of an 82-game season, the grind in the middle of the season's not going well. Let's say it's February, and Acuff is doing well offensively, but the Kings are an 18-win team at that point. Like, is he going to continue to give his all on defense like the expectation is, or is he going to start taking plays off?
And that's a good point. And guess what that is? You want to know whose problem that is? Also, it's also the staff's
coaching.
It's also the coaching.
Yeah.
And 100%. We're talking about Doug being the coach that can get him to a better level of defensive play.
Yeah.
Well, Doug, that's on you.
Yeah. And everybody.
That's going to be on you.
And everybody from time to time, even if you're the most devoted anything in what you do, everybody from time to time has days where they need to be reminded of what the standard is.
Hell yeah. I got to be reminded. You got to be reminded. We all got to be reminded at times.
If it happens every once in a while, you would expect that. Again, he's got some, whether you want to call it bad habits or learning or whatever you want to do.
And I agree with that.
There are things there are things that he did in Arkansas, things that we've seen in Summer League that he has to take out of his game, like the wandering around on defense or not giving his all or picking up the wrong man in transition. Just some flat-footed standing up moments that definitely have to change. If he does it every once in a while over the course of the season, that's going to be something to note. If it became something regular based off of how the team is performing, that would become concerning. We can't project that, but Acuff, who's done nothing but winning his entire life, is essentially going to come to an organization that's not going to win for a little while. So I'm curious about that. I'm not making predetermined, like Dwayne is already determined that Acuff's not going to be that. We don't know that yet, but he is going to face that roadblock, for lack of a better term.
I just don't think their plan was to come into Summer League and throw everything at Darius at once and be like, here you go.
Sure.
You got to do this. I don't think they did that
Sure.
for any of the players.
And if you were to ask me, I wonder if you feel the same way. I would rather a player come into the NBA and establish their strengths right away and then work on their weaknesses versus come in and focus so much on the weaknesses that the strength isn't as strong as we thought. Like, if you can get Darius to be the scorer that you thought his rookie season, and then his sophomore season he improves defensively, and his junior season, third year in the league, improves defensively. Okay, like that sounds like a better plan and path forward to me, and also a more successful path for the Kings than, hey, lock in on defense only and maybe score.
In all seriousness, too, Dwayne, I'm sure we'll hear from you tomorrow. I am surprised to hear who is a player he believes in on the Kings.
That would be.
In all seriousness.
I don't know if Dwayne likes anybody.
I am curious if there is any player that he's like, okay, this guy is the dude.
Dwayne, call back tomorrow and answer that question, because I'm curious if you like anybody on the Kings. I don't know if he does, and I that's fine. I don't think there are many people in Sacramento that don't like anything that the Kings are doing right now, which is fair. Really quickly, before, I believe we're having crosstalk today. I haven't heard anything otherwise, so let's just assume like we're gonna. Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles, we'll talk with them in the next segment. But the ESPY Awards were last night. How about the full list of winners for you? Best championship performance went to Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks. Congratulations to him. Alyssa Liu won the U.S.
That was
the
awesome.
Best breakthrough athlete.
That was great. We talked about her a little bit on the show yesterday.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah,
She's
Oakland's
awesome.
own.
What a great story. Did you hear Steph Curry's speech after winning the Muhammad Ali Humanitarian
Speaking of
Award?
Oakland.
Yeah, he was really good.
That was an awesome speech.
And of course, what he's meant to the Bay Area, the city of Oakland, was made. Best college athlete, Fernando Mendoza. For men's sports was Fernando Mendoza. Lauren Betts from the UCLA women's basketball team won the award. Best play went to OG Anunoby's tip-in.
Which was awesome.
Which was an amazing play. Best single game performance went to Shohei Ohtani, of course. Myles Garrett got the best record-breaking performance.
And his beautiful gymnast girlfriend, is it Sony Lee?
Yeah. Isn't
Sony
it?
Lee?
Yeah. I think so. We'll take the break. Best NBA player, by the way, was Jalen Brunson again, and the Gatorade Player of the Year, Matty DiMaria, which is pretty cool. We'll take the break. When we come back, crosstalk with Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles from the Sack Shack in Las Vegas next on Sactown Sports.
His summer league experience started slow, but Kings rookie Alex Caravan showed up in a big way against the Celtics. With just one game left in Las Vegas, will the former UConn star keep the momentum rolling against the Hornets?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life's sleep.
This Green and Gold Injury Report update is brought to you by the law firm of Injury, Hammer, and Associates. If you've got an injury, just call Gingery. Nick Kurtz was placed on the 10-day injured list with a right thumb capsule sprain. Zach Geloff went to the 10-day injured list as well after exiting last Thursday's game in Detroit with a right knee injury. Brett Rooker is set to have his left knee surgery to repair torn cartilage this week. Rooker will be sidelined for the remainder of the 2026 season.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms? At Gingery, Hammer, and Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Treat your pet at Tractor Supply with great prices on everything they need in just one stop. All summer long, we're adding new dog and cat products, over 200. Food, toys, treats from brands your pets love. All new, all at great prices, all at one place. So come in to save time and money. Leashed pets are always welcome. Shop in-store or online. Tractor Supply, your one stop for pets out here.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Any golfer would be thrilled to listen to Jack Nicklaus talk, and I had to tap the enthusiasm brakes a bit when I had a chance to interview him. But over the course of 40-plus years, Nicklaus wrote enduring words in Golf Digest magazine. Max Adler compiles some of the best. Nicholas says, "When I putt, I hold my breath before initiating the stroke to keep my head and body still." About putting, he said, "I visualize the putter shaft as being extremely limber, almost as flexible as a length of rope, which means the only way I can get the club head to swing truly is to stroke putts very softly." He said, "The harder I want to hit a shot, the slower I try to begin the swing." About the game, he said, "The key to playing well is to understand who you are as a person and then manage that. I'm finding now more than ever that the game of a lifetime can give you the time of your life without ever striking a shot." Sounds pretty much like life itself. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Now through July 26th at Big O Tires, get $200 in savings on 4 select Michelin or BF Goodrich in-stock tires with installation purchase. Disposal fees extra. Savings include $120 instant plus $80 rebate. Not good with other offers. See Big O dealer for pricing.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Final segment of the show. I missed this earlier this hour from Mark Haynes of the Sac Observer. He put out on social media, on X, sources tell the Sac Observer that Sacramento Kings rookie Darius Acuff Jr. is not expected to play the remainder of Summer League. I've not seen that confirmed anywhere else, but Mark is a dedicated Kings reporter putting that out there. Wouldn't surprise me if Acuff does not play in against Charlotte on Friday, but we know who is still in Las Vegas who will be covering that game is, of course, the Sactown Sports crew as we head out now to the Sac Shack. Been a while since we've spoken with Whitey Gleason and Alan Scott and Styles. Gentlemen, how are you?
Alan, how are you?
Surviving.
Good. Yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great. I'll tell you a funny story real quick.
Surviving?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Oh, my goodness.
A little over dramatic there, perhaps. Yeah. Funny story. You know, when we are getting ready to set things up here and get on broadcast and be on the air, you know, you have to test things. Test 1, 2. Most people test 1, 2, 3. Alan's go-to line when he's testing a mic is, "But Whitey!" And it's the funniest
I think
thing.
we heard it, actually.
No, that's fair.
Okay.
That's good.
You
want to test it at the
we
max
got a little
volume.
clip of it. Right.
Yeah, that's an aggressive
That's right.
Alan Styles
That's right.
line.
Mm-hmm.
I sense lower energy. I sense the Vegas fatigue is
Did you see his
setting
glasses?
in. No.
You haven't even seen his glasses.
What is
Dwayne Wade.
What's going on?
Like, gotta see these. Oh, he's turned out of the shot right now. Okay, he's back.
What is
there
happening?
he is.
All right. Well, look.
Old school Dwayne Wade.
It's a look. It's a look. I like it. I like.
Thank you.
So what's going on? Why is the energy down? What's up?
Well, I mean, these reports about, you know, Acuff, we're the last. This is I Am Legend. It's the I Am Legend house with a bunch of Will Smiths and the dog, and now we find out that Acuff may or may not be playing. You know, we're the last ones. We're the last ones.
I think
we wanted
yeah.
to see Acuff do his thing one last time, and unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to be the case.
I'm surprised Alan's energy level is so low right now because today on the show we are scheduled to speak with one of his favorites, Markel Sutton.
That's right.
He already declared Markel Sutton a surefire Hall of Famer after he scored,
Yes.
8 points in the California Classic. Also today, Hunter Patterson's going to join us with the latest on whatever's going on with the Kings and the Pistons. Kyle Draper, Stephen No, and that's just a few of the guests we'll have with us today from the Sac Shack.
That's
Very
right.
nice.
Thank you,
good.
Whitey.
Oh, wait, we got an audience?
No, I was just.
Okay.
yeah.
I was like,
Echoing
dang,
here.
you
Well,
got a
we
live
have-
audience and everything. You should have. That would have been fun.
Well, we have had a bit of an audience with the digital boys, the digital team here. So some of our segments that have become, you know, more debate type segments, you can kind of see them in your peripherals, who's winning and who's losing.
I like it.
So I believe I'm 3-1 right now in those debates. Those are unofficial times.
But Whitey!
And that's how I always get you. So did you guys see? Are you going to partake? I know you saw my 40 time. I really didn't have. I felt like I had more in the tank. I had more to give, but I wanted to leave unscathed. So you know that was probably about 94.3% of what I got.
Really? So you're
That's
saying
right.
you could run another one when you come back?
I'm saying I am, and
Oh.
I'm saying the number will be lower.
Whoa. So are you going to train a little more?
Oh yeah, this is a whole thing. It's called we were talking about it a couple days ago, and it's called Styles Does, and it's basically a month of me training for different athletic activities, and this one is running the 40. So Styles Does the 40. So that's coming. We got training. Chris on the video. It's been great. Camera work. So Styles Does the 40. So this was just the bar, and we wanted to release that on this show because we love this show so much.
Exclusive.
That's right. That's right.
I would say I'm very excited about it, but it's actually the first I've heard of it just now. I'm sure it's going to be great. But.
I think we need to workshop the name a little bit.
What,
we can do that.
We need
Hey, but while you're doing that, Matt, hold on. While you're doing that, why don't you text your old buddy, your old pal, Mr. KJ Kevin John, who decided to challenge me.
Oh.
What that got to do with me?
It's a whole new, that's your boy.
You handle your business.
This is a whole new media event. Okay, we're getting it sponsored. It's going to go to a great cause. We're getting everybody around, whoever wants to be a part of it.
So you're pretty much just taking off of what Rich Eisen does. Run, Rich, run.
I didn't even know that was.
That's what he does, yeah.
Right?
If that's what he does.
So is this going to have a longer or shorter shelf life than your golf league? Because I'm waiting for that to
the
get
golf
off the
league,
ground,
the
too.
golf league is still happening. You know,
Is it?
That's the thing, Matt. You got to diversify. You got to have your hands in multiple things, multiple endeavors.
I'm just
And
waiting
that's
for
what
something to
life is
pay
all about.
off, though. Like you're very all over the place, and I love that about you, Alan. I'm just waiting for something to actually come to fruition. You know?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I think
and
that's what the
why,
great ones do, though, is a lot of different things.
That's right. It's called
Yeah.
Bites at the Apple.
That's
You know,
right.
There we go. That's the segment right there.
It's like Shaq having the
Bites
general.
at the Apple. That's right.
The Shaq has like the general commercial. He also has the hot and cold, like icy hot. There you go. Like he's just all over the place. Entrepreneur.
Richie texts me. He says, Alan attempts may have a better ring than Styles does.
Alliteration.
Allen
yeah.
attempts the 40. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Hey, call up sales.
That's a
Give
shot.
me my phone.
He
Give
just
me my
took a
phone
shot
right there.
at you.
No, that's not
That's one thing.
Whitey, no, don't
to
start.
do something
no,
great.
but Whitey,
Attempt something. The implication is
no.
he might not do it.
So-
But Whitey, that's not.
It is.
So
You
here's
just
where it
didn't see
can get really fun, guys, because
Uh-huh.
all of us can then say we can actually pick something that we want Alan to do. So all
That's
of the
right.
teammates here at Sactown, we approach Alan and we bring
Mm-hmm.
him a new challenge. Alan Challenge.
Whoa. Whoa. Kayla. Let's go. I like that.
This is content.
I like
Good,
that.
good.
Look at
I
brainstorming.
love
I like it all. Yeah.
I love it.
What do you got?
What
Okay,
else,
so
Matt?
you have all the guests on the show. We've heard about that. Oh, where's dinner tonight? Sorry, I just took over for Matt.
Well,
No,
we
please.
just went to Volcano Grill.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
We finally went. 5 years in the making. Best. They don't call it fried rice. They call it grilled rice.
Ichiban, number
Best
one.
garlic rice I've ever had. You ever come out to Vegas? You like rice. You like hibachi. You come on out, Volcano. Tell them, hey, Sizzle sent you. They'll take care of you.
Don't think that was endorsed, but all right. You're welcome. You're welcome for that. More unsolicited ads coming from Alan Styles, Alan Challenge, and we've got Whitey Gleason as well in the Sack Shack. 2 more shows from Las Vegas. That means 8 hours of content for you. Kayla and I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. before the Summer League finale for the Kings and the Charlotte Hornets. Until then, have a good one. The Drive Guys next here on Sactown Sports.
Peace.
Hey, Frank, you hear about
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Styles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger, Grainger offers a broad